Hello everyone and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Happy New Year to all of you people nice and early in chat. We're back running some cars around the beach rally stage. Well, we will be running some cars around the beach rally stage. It's been a little while. Hopefully I can remember what the bloody hell I'm doing. And yeah, we're gonna go and try and beat the Mustang boss. Our first car, this one has been requested by Lilith from quite a while ago. I did make a note, I did remember. We are going to be running a Corvette Stingray. This is a vehicle that I do very much expect to stand a chance here. We have seen these cars very fast in the past, and I'll be honest, I think building this to S1 class could well beat the Mustang boss, which is always exciting thing to start. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. I hope you have less of a headache than I do. We'll see how it goes. My voice is working, my head isn't as well. It's kind of working, it's ish at the moment, hopefully well enough to drive. We will be doing, if you have a specific request, if you leave them in donation messages, sub messages and so on, and I will try and get around to as many of them as possible, or just be picking random cars. We will see what today holds. We will see what today holds. I mean, it's New Year and everything, so maybe first day of a new year, first car of the episode or stream of the whatever you want to call it, might be able to go bloody fast. Fingers crossed and everything. I have a suspicion that this is, as I say, this is going to be a very quick car. Welcome everybody to stream who is just getting in. Who have we got? Chris is here, Visible AK, welcome. Master JBW7, Heza, Burnout, Shadow Rush, Yada Hampton. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that one correctly. I apologise. My brain is bad at the best of times. Longbow, Shadow Rush, McPhee, welcome McPhee. Matthew, Ewan, VSR, Flying Dane, King of Rally, Dodge. Oh crap, the message, there we go, I've got it back to the right point. I got my windows in a slightly weird way. So, there we go. And there, we are here. No Punterino for Lewis saying, any news on the IRL budget car? Yeah, I've got it. It's out in front of my house. It is parked out the front of my house. I was hoping to put the video out today, but I didn't have time, and there's a little bit of fun and games with sorting out tax. So it's not quite as simple as I would have liked. So yeah, unfortunately, it was going to be a video today with that car, or a car reveal, but not quite. It should be this week though. Fingers crossed. We should have budget car starting, videos starting this week. A few people will know what it is. A few people do know. do know what I've done. If you are one of those Patreon supporters, don't ruin the fun. Maybe I'll give some clues. Maybe we'll do some clues along the day. We will see how it goes. Yeah, Fred B, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to you from chat. Also, Kieran Dixon, thank you very much for the resubscription for the second month. Saying happy 2019, the year of the roly-poly cars. I think every year is the year of the roly-poly cars. It is. There is lots of years of roly-poly cars. But there we go. Chris Ego Bamba told him, so so you do know what it is. Okay, I'll give you guys one clue to be working with. Okay, chat. For those of you who don't know, I'll give you one clue to be working with. While I just throw bits of aero on the Corvette. I have with the car. I've got actually surprising amounts of paperwork and everything, and I have from the manufacturer. This is a sheet that came with the car. I don't know why it came with the car, but this is from the manufacturer. What they reckoned the miles a gallon it would do. Now remember how much manufacturers like to embellish what they actually do, and well, this car does, from the manufacturer, less than 25. It says less than 25. It's quite thirsty. It's it's quite thirsty. Thankfully, I'm not going to need it very much, or I'm going to be doing silly things with it when I do need it, etc. But yeah, it's it's quite alarming. It is quite alarming indeed. Oh, whoa, to Matthew, thank you very much for the donation. So either a Mercury Coupe, I never won the comment like, or the Ford 32 Coupe. Massive rear tyres. Looking forward to this. Happy New Year, everyone. We can run a Mercury Coupe, indeed. If you do have particular requests, please do leave them in donation messages, etc. And we will, we'll try and get around to doing all of them today and see how things go. Right. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing stuff in here, because you are correct. I need to put a all-wheel drive swap on it, and that will change out all of that crap anyway. So let's go and do that. Do we go engine? What engine? I mean, we'd probably put in the 6.2, let's face it. I try to keep standard engines if I can. I doubt the standard engine in this is going to be good enough. I like all of the interesting guesses that are coming in from from chat about the vehicle. I'm really happy. It wasn't at all particularly what I'd set out to be getting, but I am very happy with what it has ended up with. We will let's get all of this stuff on, and then we'll see what we've got to be working on engine-wise. We'll see what we can do engine-wise. We'll definitely have to, if we're running with a standard engine, we'll 100% have to do something aspiration-wise. I think turbos, as much as I would love to run superchargers on the American cars, you know, turbos are just the better option. Technically speaking as well, if I was building this car up outside of this series, it would probably be sensible to swap the engine. Sorry, my brain is not working amazingly well. I think we are going to have to swap the engine, because 700 horsepower is not enough. 700 horsepower is not a... Christ, this thing is going to be quick. This thing is going to be insanely fast. Oh, whoolala! Down Under Thunder, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, hey Alex, Happy New Year from an incredibly hot Australian. We had 38 degrees here today. That's a lot of heat. That is the sort of heat that I don't function in as a human being, or as anything else. I don't function in 38 degrees. I can guarantee you that much. Let's get... this actually... I think I'm going to go for a V8. I kind of want to keep the V8, if I can. This is a light V8, which is good. Light V8s are always nice to have in your vehicle. Right, let's dump in camshafts. Let's dump on turbos. Perfect. Okay, that'll get there. Yeah, that'll get there. It's weird to me, of course, as a European, as someone from the Northern Hemisphere, thinking of having Christmas and New Year's in 38-degree heat, because we're just so used to being freezing cold over here. So actually, it's not too bad at the moment, but yeah, we are very used to it not being warm over here. So there we go. Chris asking how drunk/hungover are you? Not too bad. Not too bad. I have got a bit of a headache. I'm not sure how much alcohol related that is, or it was fine this morning. It's just got worse through the day, so I don't know whether it's building. Not too bad. I had quite a lot to drink last night. I played drinking games and stuff, but nothing too crazy. I'm not still drunk. Okay, I can tell you that much. Just a little bit of a headache. Oh, whoolala! To Longbow, thank you for the donation, saying I'd like to see the Bugatti EB110 go. It's a bit spendy, but it gets steamrollers as tyres. Indeed, that would be an interesting one. I think, what's it called? I think I might have... Do I have one? I might have won one at some point. We'll have a look. Speed Beast, thank you very much for the donation, saying I have an insane original Mini Cooper you must run. The tune is called Insane Mini. We can have a look at that if it fits within the restrictions. Also, subscriptions. Sorry, we'll go through these before we begin the runs with the car, because I won't be able to while I'm running the cars and so on. Vicolos. I'm not sure again. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these correctly. If I'm not, sorry. Thank you for the subscription. A Roadcast salute to you. Jim Prower, thank you for the resubscription for the 4th month. A Roadcast salute to you, and saying a Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you are just joining, Happy New Year indeed. I hope you guys are not too hungover. I hope you can concentrate. The Norwegian Phantom, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 10th month. Saying 10 months of creative automotive mayhem. Indeed. Many... And there'll be many more months of automotive mayhem to come, I hope, at least. And Mappus, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to all of you. And in fact, we will, because I think, fingers crossed, that I can, because we'll just loop back around and up the castle, and we can roll off the top of the castle, which is always good. Which is always good indeed. The Razor Whip saying, are you surprised only the Morgan 3-wheeler has rolled in this series? Honestly, not so much. It's a very difficult place to roll cars. When we were running on the beach, we hadn't had a lot of the really bonkers cars. Some of them worked, some of the bonkers cars worked better and whatnot. But, yeah, the Morgan, it kind of makes sense that the Morgan be the one to roll. They never really roll very well. That is a big flop. That was a faceplant salute. That was not a roll, that was a faceplant. Corvette, that was slightly disappointing. I will say that much. That was a slightly disappointing moment for you there. Come on. There we go. That is a really difficult ramp to roll off of. You've got to be really aggressive with where you hit that one. You've got to really go... Yeah, that's strange. It is what it is. It is a bit peculiar. I actually don't even think the castle... I don't think the castle is... We're probably better off being up a house. Maybe it's about even. I don't know. I bought the castle just because I wanted the barn find. So there we go. Leo saying the best way to start a new year is with a good face plants. I'm sure there'll be a fair few of you who were doing that. Probably those that were doing that, probably not in the chat. Probably not in the chat today. Down Under Thunder, thank you for the donation. Saying, I would love to see the Peel Trident struggle around the course if it can get to the top of S1. If that doesn't fit within the restrictions, how about the Honda Ridgeline? The Peel will get to S1. It won't get to the top, it won't get anywhere near, but it does get into S1 class. Insane acceleration. That's about it. It has got incredible acceleration, but of course it will be completely and utterly uncontrollable. So we can have a go. We'll have a go with the Tridents. Christ, I don't look forward to that one. I've apparently forgotten to put streamer mode on. Normally it's Stig that shouts at me for streamer mode. I have remembered now. Not at the start of the stream and everything, but we have remembered now. We will get streamer mode on in time, because music video simulators are pain. And then, yeah, then we will see. Place your bets, folks. How fast do you reckon this car is going to be? I genuinely think this is going to go top. I genuinely do think that this could go top. The fastest time, for those of you that might not see this series in a little while, a 156.7 is the fastest we've ever gone. No other car has got into a 156. We've got close, there's a few low 157s. But, yeah, place your bets. Panoramic Janitor asking any plans for car review videos, as they love that series. Honestly, I like doing them, but they don't get watched very much, and they are very time-consuming. However, I mean, I've kind of done some... I've got a video coming out, I don't know on what day. It's kind of car tests, but not a specific review video. Mainly because, yeah, the time is huge to do them, and the views are generally not great. Although, amazingly, the last few days while I've been ill, YouTube suddenly decided to start suggesting a couple of videos, which is very nice of it. Long may that continue. Maybe we will have a good... Maybe we'll have a good 2019. Maybe YouTube will be kind. I'm sure, as soon as I'm back to... Maybe I just need to be ill more often and YouTube is kind when I'm ill. No, definitely don't be ill more often. No, I didn't like... Unfortunately for me, if I get even just a silly cold, it immediately destroys my throat. It means I can't talk. It's not the best, unfortunately. Yeah, it is a problem. Right, here we go. It is almost time for the first run with the Corvette. Will it go as insanely fast as I expect? I really do think this is going to be a monster. But we never know. You never know with cars here as to what they're going to do. Some fast cars have been terribly slow. The 205 T16 was terrible on the beach, was actually very fast at the hill climb course. So while we've seen the Corvette go very, very fast in other builds, hell, I've loved using this in class racing on Forza Motorsport. Ooh, a little bit understeery. It has been a little while since I have run a beach course. I am a little bit more used to dealing with the mountain roads. We've got a little bit more slipping and sliding through here. But also, shout at me if volumes are wonky, because I don't know what game I last streamed. And I think it was GTA 5. Sometimes I have to, stack the volumes up for that game. So give me a shout if it's still wonky. I mean, this has got as much power, if not more, than the Mustang boss. It has got, a little bit less weight, has bigger tyres, probably better handling base car to work with. So if anything, I can beat the Mustang. This should be doing it. We're going to run out a little bit wide through there, clipping some more fences on the way. That's fine. Christ. Okay, I'm a little rusty at this course. A little rusty at this course. It's just the bad luck of the car that runs, but I should have practiced beforehand. I've not been, not been awake for all that long. Come on. Big, that's a big Corvette. Actually, that big a Corvette. No, I overshot there massively. Right. Now, I don't even know if I got that checkpoint in the end. I don't think I did. It's a practice run. I did get the checkpoint somehow. I mean, this probably won't be the slowest run. It'll probably still beat the Morgan. I think the Morgan's at the bottom. Possibly. I've got to brake a lot earlier. I've got to remember we are on sand. We're on sand and we're on rally tyres. We do not have as much braking as we do on the mountain road. Fly through the air. There's a good few cars stuck in the... oh, that's not nice on the landing. We have seen this actually a few times, cars hating the landing. Okay. Right, it's fine. It's fine. We have done... I mean, okay. That was a completely and utterly useless run. And that's already done a 2019. That's already nowhere near the bottom of the leaderboard. And that is already beaten. Hold on. It's basically the same time as the Volvo 242. And I missed about 4 corners. So... this is going to be very quick. This is going to be very, very quick indeed. And not Down Under Thunder, sorry. Thank you for the donation, Dan. I had read your one, though. Matthew, thank you for the donation. Saying streamer mode. Oh, I was a little late. Oops. Yeah, just a teensy bit. Just a teensy bit late on that one. Okay, if I actually slow down for corners, that'd be good. If we could actually, make some turns without running massively, massively wide, that would be good. And then we should possibly challenge the Mustang. It is a little more understeery than I was expecting. It is a little bit more understeery than I was expecting. Now, those that regularly watch my videos will know I am a fan of cars that are planted. I hate having the back end of a car move around. It's why I will tend to build my stuff more understeery. And if that's, if the trade-off of having a more planted car is understeer, I'm okay with it. But on a course like this, you do need the front end to be able to get turned in. And I am a little concerned, just a smidge concerned about the Corvette. I think it should still work well enough if I can get everything. If we can get everything clean, we can get everything smooth through the course. It's going to be a lot easier doing it with this than it is with the Peel. I'm not looking forward to the Trident whatsoever. Yeah, it's a shame we have to sit here and wait. It is what it is. It's because, well, A, you can't place start lines where you want, and B, because the AI and no time trial mode is a pain in the arse. We'd still have to wait even if we got rid of the AI because I can't have the checkpoint in the right place. But Anyway, it's, you know, it's what we have to work with on Forza. We've figured out ways around it, figured out ways to deal with it, if you like. Now, it's a better start to this run. Got a better start. A little too sideways through there. We'll get away, chucking the cars a smidge around here. It's, yeah, always just enough. We want to use handbrake enough to get the back of the car just slightly moving, but not enough to actually start wasting time sliding. Don't care if I take out the generator. Although, if anything, clipping the generator there, maybe you lose a little bit of momentum, but it's not the worst. It's like clipping the fences. It's slightly more solid than the fences, but... Oh, come on, don't go. Yeah, a little wide, it's fine. We've still got it fairly well settled from the top of the course. We've taken out a lot of fences with the Corvette, but not we've clipped them, but we've not completely cut the corner. I'm fine with that. If it's just a small clip, that's okay. The braking is not as fantastical as I would like on the car. The braking is not as fantastic as I would like. It is what it is, though. Come on, Corvette. Yeah, it's there. Might be better off. Maybe I'm better off going for the line we discovered kind of at the end of running cars around here. You go for the... Oh, that's a lot of speed over there. That did not like... I think I just hit the inside mount. Hit the inside mount very, very hard with the Stingray and it just fired it sideways. Yeah, basically you go for the almost very late apex off the beach, and then you get a fantastic run. Really doesn't want to get settled for its run through the archway there whatsoever. What is it going to be? Run time. Oh. I think that's a 56. I think I saw that was a 50. It wasn't. Okay. I thought I saw a 6. It wasn't. 159. Okay. It's not great. It's not as good as I was hoping it to be. 59.5. We got a couple of seconds. Admittedly, that's mostly because I run very wide somewhere. Okay. Where does that put us at the moment? I have actually got to make a mark somewhere, because otherwise I'm going to lose track if I manage to balls up the final run. Hopefully, we are not going to balls up the final run, but... where is it? There. That's where it will go. Okay. Okay, we can work with this. It might not go as quick as I was hoping. It might not go as quick as I was hoping. It might also be I've got a terrible headache. Not sure. Kid Crack is trying to figure out what cheap car have I got. Asking, did I buy it? I was going to say, I'm not going to get an M3. I'm not going to be getting an M3 for £1,000. As I said, I have given the wonderful people of chat. You got one clue. You got one clue from that, and that was officially from the manufacturer. In case you were just joining, welcome. But yeah, officially from the manufacturer, my cheap car challenge vehicle has miles a gallon as less than 25, and we know what manufacturers are like when it comes to those sort of things. So yeah, that's your clue. That is your clue to be working with. I'd imagine this Corvette would be doing a lot less, probably less than 10. Certainly down here, it's probably doing about 5. So there we go. All right, we have got one more run to go with this Corvette. I am not sure where I am going to be finding this, which is a little concerning. I was hoping that previous run was not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I was hoping it was going to be closer to the likes of the Mustang Boss. So, what can we do? It is going to be a case of less sliding. We've got to get a little bit moving about through some of these corners, but we have got to, less wasting time, I think, is going to be the trick. As I've said many a time on this series, neat and tidy is going to be, I think, the way to go. Certainly it's the way that I find speed from cars. If you find speed other ways, good for you. But for me, neat and tidy is generally the quicker way to get a car around. Of course, especially in a limited number of attempts, a limited number of runs. We're going to teeniest grab on the handbrake through here. Now, I think it's looking good around here. I think it is looking good. Up through the narrow section we go here. This is where things get a little sketchy in the Corvette. The understeer is strange. It is not as good handling, I don't think, as the Mustang Boss. We're going to take out that. We're a little wide on the exit. That's fine. Stick as much of the power down as we can up here. I'm going to be early on the brakes. I'm not sold on the braking performance and the handling of the Corvette. We are actually a little late. Oh, I completely balls that one up. No! I actually changed up gear and the car just didn't do it. I might give the Corvette one more run because I'm incredibly rusty at this course, it seems. That was going better. And then it doesn't turn. It does not turn like Mustang Boss, which is a shame. And now we can make up our own routes. Or just, I mean, technically, you can do that across there if you want to be a cheaty bugger. Well, I don't even know if you really make up all that much time. I don't know whether you make up all that much time flying through that route. I don't think you do particularly. What you gain in shortcutting, you lose in the cars bouncing around like a muppet and completely and utterly out of control. So, there we go. Weaver, thank you very much for the donation, saying hello and Happy New Year to you, Alex, and the rest of the FailRacians. May the mighty winged 190E be rallied, if not already. It can indeed. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much, Weaver. Hatton, thank you very much for the resubscription for the second month. Saying Happy New Year, Alex. May it be filled with many cats and rolled cars. Indeed. Indeed. I am sure. I am sure that there will be a lot of cats. I'm sure there will be a lot of rolled cars. Hopefully not real cars, but there we go. I am going to run the Stingray again because it's had a. I'm going to say the first roll which I should have done really before stream because I haven't driven this course in a very long time. So we will give the Stingray an actual chance to have a decent final run. As yeah. It's definitely nowhere near representative of its performance there. So yeah, we will give it another go. I don't think it's going to go top though. I genuinely don't think it's going to go fastest. I did initially, but the understeer is a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much on this. So there we go. Some interesting guesses from chat as to as to what car I've ended up with. I'll have to have a think of some more interesting, weird clues as to why I didn't come particularly prepared for them, but there will have to be some interesting clues along the way. Right. Here we go. Hydrate Bots, you have turned up. Happy New Year, Hydrate Bots. It is good to see you, of course. It is good to see Hydrate Bot actually making an appearance, because sometimes it turns up, sometimes it doesn't. You never really know. That's also not drink requirement, as Hydrate Bots is. That's just telling it's turned on. We've not been streaming an hour yet. Right, let's chuck you into the hairpin. Again, that's about as good as I'm going to get through the first section in this car. I'll be honest, I'm liking the Stingray as all of these muscle cars with these size tyres, this much power, this little weight. They really are, the way to go in many ways. But I think they could be better out there. Either way, it's been neat enough on this particular run. Let's chuck it around our technical twisty section. There we go. Oh, that's more like it. Perfect. Just do the teensiest little clip on the fence. That was a little bit bigger clip on the fence. Unintentional. It actually put us out wide coming down here, which I don't want to do. We're bouncing across the sand dunes. Didn't have really time to see. It's not as good under brakes. It's still not great under braking. Now I'm going to try the slightly alternate line. This is an easy line to screw up entirely as well, which is why it's a little nerve-wracking taking it. There's a lot of speed being carried up the top of the course. We have got it done though. Right, Sandy Snake. What can we do down the wiggly Sandy Snake? That's a little overdriven into there. It's not too bad. We are looking better. We are looking better this time around. Okay, Castle jump. Here we go. Oh, we're a little too far. Yeah. not really got castle jump ever set up how I want it to with the Stingray. This is it, the run to the line. It's quick, it's not fast enough. It's quick. It's quick indeed, but I say it's quick indeed. It is good. 158.2. In fact, it is an identical. We have our first tie. The entire series on YouTube. Not a single tie, and now we have got 2 cars with an identical time. It is a tie for 9th place between the Stingray and a Mazda RX-7. I'm going to put this in because otherwise I will never ever forget, never ever remember, especially as we're running cars further through today. So that one there will be in a 10th place. A little disappointed. I'll be honest, a little disappointed. I was expecting faster. From that one. There we go. Curious indeed. Cube Crack asking, did I buy a Subaru? I mean, are there Subarus that from manufacturers do less than 24? Do Subaru claim any of their cars do less than 25 miles a gallon? Maybe I have a Subaru. Right, let's go. Continue. Well, Stingray is a little bit average around there. Decrest, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to you from chat, and possibly from me. Actually, you know what? Let's go do another rolled car salute off Bamborough Castle. We can do that. That Leo saying Alex Shaw bought a hovercraft. Tell you what, if I could buy a hovercraft for £1,000, I'd go for that. Christ, I'd have fun with that. No control with it, but I'd have a lot of fun with it. And that was also a pretty damn sweet roll car salute. So, there we go. Glisker, thank you very much for the donation, saying rally at Gremlinyo. Also, I have a clue for chat for the cheap car challenge, and it's something to do with angels. You'll have to revisit an old game for it. Okay. I'm trying to I don't know what the clue is, so if chat knows what the clue is, well done for you. If you know, well done. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out myself. Matthew, thank you very much for the donation, saying, oh yes, chat, pick a number between 1 and 5. It may or may not be what car I use in tonight's video if I get chosen. So, the cars not in the order, by the way, so BMW M1, Lotus Carlton, Ford Escort RS 1600, Ford 32 Coupe or Mercury Coupe. Also, Scott would be proud. I think you tried to get to the Cultus 69 and Glisker's donation beat you, and now it's just a wonky number. Either way, there we go. So far, I mean, I don't quite know. I don't know what number you wanted, Matthew. Whose guess you're going for? Because there's a lot of different numbers in chat. Good luck. Right, our next car was going to be a Mercury Coupe, wasn't it? I believe for us it is indeed. We're going to build another big boat. Hopefully, do I have a Mercury? I'm a little poor. Say a little poor. I was buying supercars for a video, and now I'm down to the very poor, less than 5 million. You know, it's a tough life when you have less than 5 million. Matthew, thank you for the donation. Saying, goddamn donators. The Cult of 69 is happy again. The Cult of 69 is happy again. Right, there we go. I did see as far as random clues go for my budget car. I did see something. I think it was Speed Beast a while ago. I apologize, didn't get round to answering. Asking, was the car sold in America? I think so. I don't I would imagine it was, but I don't know 100%. So that's kind of a clue-ish. Might help you, might make things less clear to you. Not really sure, but there's a clue in there somewhere. Yeah, I think it was. Right, let's go stick on the Forza Aero because we need Aero as it's good for rally cars and everything. No, I like Chrome. We might take it off if we have. I like superchargers as well, but we're not going to be. We're not going to be. Well, we might not be using one, so it seems a bit wrong to put those on if we're not going to. Crack is sure it's an Impreza. I think was it Kieran was sure it was a an old Jag. Can I take a PT Cruiser? I mean, okay, I'll let in your little secret. It's not a PT Cruiser. I did see quite a lot. I did see quite a lot of PT Cruisers around the place that would have been within budget. Funnily enough, didn't want to buy one. Didn't want to go with with a PT Cruiser for many reasons. I mean, it would be fun. I have always thought as a funny, horrendous forfeit car for stuff. A PT Cruiser would always be entertaining. But there we go. Brazen Miscreants, thank you very much for the donation, saying Happy New Year and all of that. Happy try and survive the hangovers to those of you that are. Those of you that are suffering. What are we going to go engine-wise? What do you reckon, chat? Do we go V8? You know, is always good. V10 or V12? V12 gets more power. I think all of these engines will get to the top of S1 class. The question is, what route do we want to go? I will leave this one up to you, wonderful people of chat. You can decide whether we go for massive V10, quite massive V12, I mean, slightly smaller, still quite massive V8. So, I don't actually know which one of these is technically the best way to go. So, we will see. I think V12 is going to win. I think the Lamborghini V12? I think this is the Aventador engine, if I remember correctly. Let us go. And then Lamborghini engine. Oh, do we go twin turbos? Ooh, okay, here's the next question. Turbos or naturally aspirated? Ooh. Actually, what will decide this probably is more. Do we... Okay, no, because of course we swapped the driveline over, so that's fine. We have... I didn't actually mean to put the clutch in. I meant to put the diff in. Didn't in the end. Come back here, game. I want a diff. Please. I think turbo is going to win. I think turbos are going to win. So here we go. Big turbos. Well, I say big turbos. No, just two of them. That's what you need. 2 turbos and maybe an air filter. Perfect. 1,031 horsepower. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. Down Under Thunder asking, is the cheap car the Ford KA? Christ. Does the Ford Ka get... Tell you what, if you can find a Ford Ka that does less than 25 miles a gallon, you'd have to be driving it pretty bloody hard. That would be some impressive levels of petrol wastage right there. That would be some impressive levels of petrol wastage right there. Yeah, because I imagine they're fairly economical little boxes of not much. So, Leo's saying Ford K with a massive hole in the tank. That would do it. To be fair, yeah, that would also work. Just piddle fuel everywhere. Although to be fair, that'd probably still be more economical than the RX-8. But shush. Hatton says it does less than 25 miles a gallon. Well, what I was saying is, I don't know how many miles a gallon it does. I haven't tested it. But what I will say is that the manufacturer specifications for it actually have the original, like handbook and an original sheet of paper that came with it showed miles a gallon. I don't know why, but on that, which is lying manufacturers basically saying they do better than they actually do in the real world, it says less than 25. I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but yeah. Right. What? I think we're good. I think we're ready to go with this. I've got distracted by many things, and there we go. Mercury is ready. Twin turbo, V12. Kind of, I always called it the lead sled from the car in Beam. The, what's it called? I forgot the name of them. Beam NG drive cars. Whatever that one is. I've always just called the Mercury the lead sled because of that. So there we go. Bruce Skagstein, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 7th month in a row. A rolled car salute to you from chat. Saying, yeah, I can't think of anything here. Maybe a request, maybe a Happy New Year's message, maybe even a yay 7 months, or all three at once. Who knows? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bruce. We will do a roll castle with the Mercury. The Corvette was a little bit fiddly and didn't really like rolling off of the castle. So let's go and see what it does when we fire it up down here. Here we go. Roll car salute from the... oh no. Oh, hey! It is a roll car salute. It's a little bit... it's a little bit scruffy. It's a little bit scruffy, but we got it. We got it there in the end. Right, let's go and bounce our way across the sand. This is when the bloody Mercury obliterates the leaderboard. I mean, I'd be okay with it. We know the Mercuries are pretty good, actually. We've seen Mercuries run fast in the past, in various stuff. Probably not gonna... I would be very surprised if this got got up there with the Mustang Boss. It's the weight that's the concern. The power and torque is amazing, of course, but it is, you know, pretty heavy. Place your bets, folks. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I'm going to have a drink before we get underway. What are we going to see from this? My bet is a low 59. I reckon we're going to see it around a 59.2. So, it could surprise me. Could surprise me. Leo going for a 58.9. Fairly similar guesses. Fairly similar guesses. Alright, let's go and park this in our start grid. See what chat reckons. Speedly saying is the car an early 2000s Mustang. I would love to be able to get an early... I'd love to be able to get a Mustang for £1,000. I'd take just about any... You don't get them over here. That sort of money, unfortunately. Unfortunately, no. There is no. I think the cheapest you might get really crappy ones, but the cheapest you often get is about £4,000 to £5,000, and that's for V6 ones, which you don't want. So yeah, I would very much like a Mustang at some point in my life. Not a V6, of course, but there we go. Right, it is race time for the Mercury. How much understeer, chronic understeer, are we going to suffer in this car? We don't have as big a tyres as we had on the Corvette, I don't think, at the front, and we are considerably heavier, but we have got more power, so potentially its acceleration will be better than the Stingrays, which I guess is something for the car. I think it's going to be too ungainly through. It's also very long, and that is not really what you want. It's not really what you want at all around here. A lot of the smaller sections, it's just not going to be able to carry anywhere near as much speed. Faster sections will be okay, but there aren't that many of them. Here is where the length of the Mercury will work against it. We have fitted some unconventional cars around here. Oh, bugger. Come back that way, please, Mercury. This is not a great first run for the car. We're going to hit that fence as well. Shush. Never mind. It's all good. It's fine. We have survived mostly intact. 108 miles an hour. Don't trust the brakes. But it did actually get stopped fairly well there, which is, all things considered, yeah, I'm pleased with that at least. We're going to go for the very wide line and accelerate out of the corner. Up the hill we go. We will not quite hit 100 miles an hour because we've got the brakes early, because I'm bouncing wide into the fence. I mean, if this... I can't imagine this beating the Stingray. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about cars before. It feels too heavy. It feels far too heavy down here. And turn for the run to the finish line. We may... Mustang, out of the way. I know we were talking about Mustangs a second ago. There we go. I mean, we've dealt with the Mustang. I've actually hitting it and kind of set us up better for the run towards the line. And, well, there we go. We are across the line. I mean, it's actually quite close to what my guess was. I guessed a 59, a low 59, and we have done a 59.4 on the first run. So, considering we got a little bit of traffic from a sneaky Mustang, considering we were still learning the car, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think there is a little bit more to come, a little bit more time out of it. I think a 58 is doable, certainly, if I get everything right. Probably not too much more than that. Loki, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to you from chat. Matthew said, reckoning it was a 50. I reckon I can do a 57.4 with a car. That's, I mean, it is. Oh, that's asking a lot. Might be doable. I think a 58 definitely on the cards, provided I don't screw it up anywhere. Much more than that is going to be asking a lot, I think. 57, I think, is going to be really, really pushing it. But we will give it a try. We will give it a damn good try. Hope for the best. Not miss any corners. Well, try and not miss any corners. And yeah, it's going to be better than the Peel. Just going to say that. It will be better than, I imagine, than the Peel. I think the Peel is going to fall over and not drive very nicely. But here we go. Lots of guesses for around the 58s. This is where we just do a 56 out of absolutely no. Would be funny. Unlikely, but would be funny. Right, here we go, Mercury. Let's try running through here again. I just kind of almost cut that corner a little too much. Played that one quite risky. It's very easy to balls up that sort of thing. Oh, that's way too fast. Through that. By cutting that corner, I've thrown myself out because I wouldn't normally dive that far across there. I'm now way out of position. But we have kind of gathered it back up again. If we keep the rest of the run neat, it'll probably be okay. Although, you know, sliding into a barrier, not quite what you want to be doing. I'm struggling slowing these damn cars down. Yeah, it's been a little while. It has been a little while since I've driven on the sand. As you might be able to tell, even having run the Corvette, I'm still slightly in hill climb mode with, you know, tarmac and race tyres going uphill in A-class cars, not 1,000 horsepower Mercuries. Come on, you big boat. Although we've got around there fairly nicely, which is saving some time through here. I still think it's going to be too slow with all of that. It's just waiting, really. You wait for the big barge to get itself turned into a corner, and you know, the little VX220s and whatnot. Even the Mustang Boss actually was surprisingly agile when it got to the corners. Hence why it's the bloody fastest. But yeah, those you can get on that power a little bit sooner. Come on, and up the hill we go, but immediately on the brakes, because 100 miles an hour across those bumps tends to do mean things to the cars. Right, Sandy Snake time again, another section. The big Mercury is not a fan of. We're kind of throwing it on the dunes, a little bit on the dunes. And there we go. It is a run towards our final jump. And it's not twisted. They normally twist to the left. I was counting on that twisting to the left, and it didn't. And I tried to put my foot down. It was a pretty crappy run anyway. Yeah. So I was trying to plan it so that the car would twist to the left on the takeoff, like they always bloody do. And then it just went straight, which was me then going towards the castle. Yeah. And it didn't twist the way I wanted it to, so that was a terrible run. I don't think it was going particularly great anyway. I think it was too scruffy early on. I think I could probably have done a very similar lap, or a very similar time, but it wasn't going to be going faster. It's a pain. It's a pain, but there you go. That's that. Glisker asking what we're going to be running tonight, so we don't end up as Tirana Brothers again. I have no idea, because I haven't built it yet. I don't know. Potentially I might build a 131, but I really don't know. I haven't built anything, so yeah. Maybe a Stratos? You can't go wrong with Stratos. You guys will see what we mean in a video coming out later this week, probably, as I've not got much. Unfortunately, it's about the worst time to be ill when it's Christmas, you know, you're busy, not around very much anyway, and times I needed to be recording was the times where my voice didn't work. So it's not a fun combination of times, but, you know, it's what it is. Bruce there, the vibe that Alex builds all his challenge cars at the last second. Sometimes. It very much depends on what we're doing, what we're building. Some are built within half an hour of us filming. Some are built a couple of weeks in advance because I know what I want to be doing with them. It does very much depend. It depends on how much free time and so on I have. Depends on how much. Also depends on how much prep work a challenge needs. Honestly, if a challenge needs a lot of prep work, then it's probably one where everything is built a long way in advance. If it's more straightforward to run, then yeah, it's probably not built with as much time in advance, but there we go. Come on, 58 would be nice. Versus community cars are sometimes built within. So versus community cars, some of the most successful versus community cars have been built within about 5 minutes and just run and hope for the best. Some of the worst cars I've built have been built with a decent amount of time left, although not tested as much as I should have done, because they turned out crap and all that, or tested on a track that they were very good at and then not worked anywhere else. That's also happened with cars. So there we go. Oh, that's a big kind of dive and change direction from around the brakes there. We're going to be a little wide through all of that. Didn't really want to, because again, you hit that fence, it will slow the car down, not as much as... Not when you're in a big Mercury, the fences, funnily enough, don't really slow you down as much as when you're in a little car. Still do, and don't really want to be out there all that much anyway. On your big boat, get turned in, there we go, that's fine. Now, we have got just a couple more corners. I'm trying that later, well, sort of later apex, kind of straighten up this section as best I can. 102 miles an hour. So bad under brakes there. I say so bad. It's carrying more speed up there, and it's just, you've got to brake super duper early. We have got it stopped. Oh, not you again. The bloody Mustang's in the way. We get through there losing minimal time, though. That's the only time, typical on stream, is the only time I've actually had any issues with an AI car, and it's the same Mustang twice. Mustang's determined, the Fords are determined to try and scupper anyone's chances. It's not better. I thought that was going to be good. It wasn't. I don't actually remember what the first... I forgot to note down the first run, so I don't know if the first run was quicker. 259 or 159.4. Yeah. I thought that run was going pretty well. I don't think there's much more in that car. I don't think there was much more. The Mustang cost us next to nothing. We dove up we got up the inside, we battered it aside, and yeah, that cost us nothing. No time lost in any of that. However, There we go. I mean, it's still, again, it's not a bad sort of time, all things considered. I'm just looking where it fits in our little table. Mercury Coupe does, was it 59? Oh, okay, so we did two 59.4s. So there we go. Race, so we did a 59.454 on the first run. So basically two near identical runs, which is fair enough. That does put it into 14th place. It beats the Dodge Demon, beats 205 T16, Holden Sandman, VW Type 2. It does lose out to the Polaris, the S2000, the Pagani Zonda, the Corvette Stingray, and so on, Mazda RX-7. So it's pretty good. Might have hoped for a little bit more. Might have hoped for a teensy tiny bit more, but yeah, it's too big and too heavy. That's ultimately what we were always likely to see, be its downfall. The next car is going to be... the next car's going to be an interesting one. The next car is going to be an interesting one. Because we are going to be running... I was going to say a hypercar. I guess it kind of is. I guess it would be an early hypercar. Do I have one? Nope. But crap. That means it's going to be expensive. That's fine. We'll get it. We are going to be running the Bugatti EB110 wherever you have gone. Come on, Bugatti. It's not as bad as the other Bugattis. Ooh, it's not going to have much to play with either. So, EB110. The lighting is very weird here. That should be, I would presume, the normal EB110 blue colour. But it's not. It's not in that lighting. I'm going to run a yellow one because I can. So let's go and buy this vehicle. And then try and make it into a rally car. We're going to have very little PI to play with. But it is a good car to begin with. I could buy it from the auction house. Funnily enough, don't really care. Don't really care. Also, I was buying a bunch of supercars for a video, and I didn't get a single one of them cheaper because everybody just whacks the prices up. So screw it. I'll just do the sneaky exploit on the cars to get money when I need it. So there we go. It's easy enough, really. Let's go and stick some rally tyres on the car. That gives us 41 PI to play with. We've got to put... it is all-wheel drive to begin with, isn't it, if I remember correctly? It is. Cool. We've got to put it on rally suspension, otherwise it will die a death across the sand dunes, which gives it 1 PI. I'm definitely going to want brakes. You know, funnily enough. We want to include brakes on our cars, otherwise things go badly wrong. We ideally want some big tyres on this. And this is part of the reasons for using it. I mean, there. I think what has bigger tyres? The Iron Knight. That's like 5 something or others. Well over 5s. Well over 5s on the back. Does one of the GT40s have over 400s? I think. I don't remember. Either way, massive tyres. Massive tyres. We are quite a heavy car, but we can get a bunch of that weight out, which is good. It already comes with all the roll cage in it. Fantastic. So we are down to 2,600 pounds, which is not too bad. I think we are going to focus primarily on sort of weight stuff. We can do that as well and drop us some PI. Excellent. That's what we like to see. We'll get a little bit of power in the car. Let's get some aero on it as well, actually, if I can. That's not ideal. I think I'm going to want it. It's not a fast course, but I do know aero is definitely... aero is one of those things that is always worth it. I didn't actually supposed to do track width. Normally would. Forgot to do it on here. Doesn't. Sometimes they add 1 PI or so. That's okay, and then we might be able to sneak something like a flywheel on, which we cannot. Maybe a drive shaft. Nope. Clutch, worth a try? Nope. That's nothing else that we can do on there. Right. That is our vehicle sorted. This is a peculiar one. We've not really had a supercar. Well, we have the Zonda, but we've not had a car like a classic sort of supercar tackle this course before. So, I guess that is all good. Right, we will have a hydrate. Hello, hydrate bot. There we go. Physic, say, is it better to do track width before tyre width? Nope, makes not a blind bit of difference on Forza. Doesn't, yeah, you won't get bigger tyres because of the track width. They're the same as ever. It's just, well, it does make a small difference to the car handling, but in terms of the building, yeah, you can't do anything different to it. So, doesn't matter what order you do that that stuff in. Okay, place your bets, folks. For reference, the only other sort of supercar that's gone, the Zonda did a 59.0. That's, yeah, that is the only real reference point to go on. Do we have any? We probably had some 90s cars. RX-7, that might be the very late 80s. Don't know, but yeah, what do we reckon? I'm going to chuck it across the beach and we'll see. Leo is feeling brave with a 56.3. That's some serious bravery right there. I don't know if it's got the power. I think that's going to be the concern for me. Is it's 600 horsepower is great and all. Nothing compared to some of the very, very fast cars that have run. Slightly less powerful than the Zonda, perhaps. I think it's a little bit less powerful than the Zonda. Not by much, but yeah, just a smidge. There's some interesting ones coming in. 58.7, 59.2, 58.5. I am tending to agree with the highish 58 are probably where we're going to see the Bugatti go into. The tyres size is of course fantastic. We shouldn't have any issue with traction, but a little underpowered potential. And it's very strange, I know, say a little underpowered when you're driving an EB110 that, you know, was the fastest car in the world for a bit. But we will see. Kaya Lars is saying maybe. Oh, sorry, it will be under 5 minutes. I would hope so. I mean, if I pass out, then maybe not. But if my head explodes from the headache, maybe. Then maybe it'll be over 5 minutes. I mean, then we don't. It doesn't really want to spin its wheels ever on the tarmac, which I like. I like that about a car. Of course, it's all-wheel drive. That makes it less likely to spin its wheels. But you know, it'll still powerful enough all-wheel drive cars will still go mad. Actually terribly lined up for this, so we'll just do a little bit of the fun old game of how can I position this perfectly to run through the first corner before. This is we don't normally see. You wouldn't normally see this in a video while we, because you know I'll cut this most of the time unless I've forgotten. Either way, 15 seconds to go. Yeah, my guess at 58.9. That's what I'm going for with this. If it doesn't understeer chronically, and if we have enough power to deal with the hills, essentially. Let's go, Bugatti. See what you can do around this course. Immediately, I'm liking the turn-in from the car. It is changing direction pretty good on this section. It does not feel the happiest accelerating, though. I think I've just been spoilt by 1,000 horsepower muscle cars. It doesn't feel blindingly quick getting going out of these corners, which sometimes cars don't. The 250LM didn't feel very good getting out of the corners, but it was fast overall. Sometimes, I don't know whether it's the sound different with the sort of different engine sounds. It sounds like a car is being lazier almost. Possibly, although I don't think that's really the case with this. I just think the thick sand. This is the downside of a supercar, of course. Even with rally suspension, is still low, and there is a lot of sand around here for it to struggle with. Yeah, this is turning very nicely. It's the first car I've actually enjoyed steering through this course. It's not understeering like the muscle cars. Here we go. Fire ourselves down the back straight. What sort of speed are we doing? This is a good indication. Yeah, okay, it is struggling. It is struggling for top speed. We thought it might. There's only 100 miles an hour. We've seen up to, well, getting up to near 120 from some of the faster cars. However, it is very, very keen to turn around this corner. That I like. And I like very much. Here we go. Up the hill. Bump across there. That braking zone, I've forgotten how nasty it is. And it's still causing trouble. Still catching out the... Still catching out the cars. Bloody hell, that will have made me jump. Well done, whoever that was. You've finally done it. Well done indeed, you nasty bugger. Oh, crap. The Fords are at it again. Excuse me, focus. We're going for an aerial overtake on a Ford. Here we go. Runs the line. This is where it does hurt the Bugatti a little bit. Its lack of power. Holy crap. Oh, I've seen how fast it did. Oh... Oh, that's very, very, very quick. Christ. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie. That was not what I was expecting. That was turning incredibly well. The grip that was doing was immense, but it doesn't feel fast. That is possibly one of the fastest slow-feeling cars I've ever driven. That's insane. That is a new record, and it's a new record by a second in a series where, well, the Mustang was proving to be an absolute monster. So, 55.834 is a fantastically fast time. I mean, can I go any faster than that? Also, Down Under Thunder, thank you very much for the donation, managing to scare the crap out of me, saying, with that yellow you've made the rare banana gatti. Indeed, that shall be its official designation. That shall be. It is also very, very good at rallying. Who knew? The best... Oh, I didn't mean to press that button. Never mind. Well, there we go, bugger. Who knew the way to go rallying was with a 90s hypercar? True. I say true fact. I mean, true fact as far as Forza goes. True fact as far as Forza goes. Anyway, this thing is ridiculous. I am quite surprised. Ultra Blake is saying, top gear, the slower it looks, the faster it is. Yeah, I mean, again, we've talked about this before. Sometimes cars that feel very quick actually overall aren't. You know, the balance of the vehicle can sometimes make something feel a lot faster than it is just because it suits your driving style. I've had quite a few cars in the past that do that sort of thing. But this feels slow because of its acceleration, which is slow. It is very slow. Accelerating out of the corners. It's one of the slowest cars we've ever had down that back straight. But it is so fast through the corners that, I say it doesn't matter, but it is carrying so much speed through those corners that, yeah, it can make up every single straight that is losing time on. That is, yeah, seriously impressive. Norbert Blackcat, thank you very much for the subscription, the resubscription for the 12th month. You've got to the year mark. Thank you very much for the continued support. Say Happy New Year, Alex. Happy New Year, and if you are just joining, of course, Happy New Year. Definitely a roadcast salute to Norbert. You now have the rare upside down FailRace sub badge. It's a very small club. Very small club, that one. There we go. You have got the upside down sub badge. Can we go any quicker? Surely we can't go underneath a 155. Surely we can't go sub 55. I'm going to give it a damn good try, but I don't know. I don't know if it is going to be going that quickly. But there we go. Oh, whoa, you did scare the crap out of me that time, although I wasn't paying attention to the start lights because the thunder. God damn you, I wasn't paying attention because I was woolaluring. You distractoed with a woolalure. That is dastardly cheating, I can say. Dastardly cheating. No woolalures allowed. Or distracto woolalures. Thunder, thank you for the donation. Saying my last donation was going to be... The last donation was going to be my last one for the night. But here's one final one as a way to say sorry for making you jump. God damn it. Now you've done a very good job. Thunder has managed to be as distracto as possible with the woolalures. You beat T-Bird. T-Bird was trying to do it when we started the donation. I think it's because I haven't streamed for a few days. And I've just not quite got in the... not quite got in the stream mindset fully. And, well, there we go. Well done. Well done indeed. T-Bird will probably be jealous now for you managing to be the most successful with the woolalures distractos. Right. Shall we actually try and launch on time rather than about 3/4 of a second late? That would probably be a good idea. We are going to launch cleanly this time around. No distractos going on this time. It's actually very difficult to time them because there is a slight delay. So trying to time that sound effects to coincide with the exact second that I would start the race would not be an easy thing to do. Right, we are again. I mean, it's a really funny one to drive. I think the reason why it feels slow is because it's not accelerating very fast out of these corners. It feels like it's just overall slow, but its mid-corner speed is so insane in comparison to everything else that I've driven a lot of cars that will feel fast that aren't, just because they're never going fast when they get to a corner, so they're never fast through a corner. But I guess on this course, because it's so technical, it doesn't really matter as much. This is again feeling bloody quick around this section. This is where it is good. It's feeling like a neat run for the Bugatti. Is this going to set a completely I say an impossible to beat time? I don't know. I don't know what would be an impossible to beat time around this course, but this is that corner there's gone wrong. It's actually too early on the brakes, like a muppet. This is feeling like a very, very good run though for the EB110. If we can just finish it off. It's held about 90 miles an hour around a very long corner there. What do we do up here? It's a little slower, but that was because I was carrying more mid-corner speed on the beach rather than focusing for that later apex, focusing on sort of straight lining the exit there. We are wiggling our way. Oh, that fence has cost us a little bit. Not much, but it's a smidge. Here we go, up towards the castle. No idea, I can't... This course is far too technical to try and figure out split times. We have, annoyingly, fired ourselves slightly to the right, although we have enough time to straighten it up. Come on, Bugatti, you can do it. What is it going to be? Oh, good God. I thought that was going to be a good run. I don't think that's getting beaten. Jeez. That is stupidly fast. What? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. 54-1 from the Bugatti. So if you were just joining us, if you haven't seen this series run before, our leader before we run an EB110 around this course was a Mustang Boss at a 156.7, and that was proving really tough to beat. There are a bunch of cars sitting around the mid-57 marks, and the EB110 has annihilated everything. That's stupid. That is, I don't know how that car is that fast in that class, and I say I don't know, I do, it's just got so much grip. that is insanely quick. Well, we have learnt important information here. If you need a rally car for technical stuff, then an EB110. If you need to race quickly across you don't need a sand rail. They're not important. They're no good. What you need is one of these. Because even a slightly headachy hungover me is obliterating all of the times. That's... yeah. That's ridiculous. Can I do a 50? I didn't think I was going to go... I didn't think we were going to go faster than a 55. We're now looking at maybe a 53. I don't know where the hell I'm going to find... where I'm going to find time. Maybe if I don't clobber that fence. But, I mean, maybe if I don't clobber the fence and if I get the better line up the hill, rather than... I was kind of a lot of mid-corner speed, but not the exit. If I go for the exit speed, I think that's a little faster way of doing it. But it's a little faster way of doing it. However, you run the risk of messing up braking zone. It's slightly more dangerous, basically. It's faster but dangerous, so, you know. We've kind of got to go for it. If we're going to beat... If we're going to go 53, if we're going to beat the time set by this, I think we've got to take the risks. But to go quicker than that, I'm going to have to really drive like a madman. And that's when you do silly mistakes, probably. Something might well catch the car out, bumps and so on. It's been surprisingly good, actually, across the bumps for a hypercar. It has been very good across the bumps. No, we're done. I was taking a little bit more aggressive line there, and we were just... I was trying to carry more speed in a silly place. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for that one. I mean, we'll still try, but that was a very wonky line in the second corner. We might be able to make it up sometime up. I mean, hell, if this run could be scruffy, it'd probably still be faster than anything else that has run around here. So let's go and see what we can do with the car. I guess we now get to really just throw all caution to the wind, seeing as it's kind of gone a little bit wrong already. Or just throw the car about. First gear I don't think works up there. It will be needed for that part. It wasn't working earlier on. It's a scruffier run so far, but let's try a couple of things. Just jump on the power out of there. Right, how late can we get on the brakes with you up here? I think we've got to be on the brakes before the flags. Indeed you will with the Bugatti. This bit's going pretty well, so this section I'm happy with so far. Now, run it out as wide as we can, and then get on that power. Try to get on that power as early as we can. Throw it up the hill. It's okay. It doesn't really like that line very much. I don't think it's... I don't think it really wants to do that. And it's actually just not got the power to climb the hill in the same way that the other cars have done, which is, you know, fair enough. It's making its time very, very differently to everything else. Out of the hairpin we go. Now, if we could land nicely, that would be good. If we could land nicely for the run to the castle, it is okay, although a little bumpy across the grass. Here we go. This is the run to the finish line. It's not going to be better. Nope. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I didn't think it would. I think we lost too much early on. That's second and a half down. Yeah, we lost too much at turn 2. Couldn't really make it back, and I had to really throw it. I think it was just scruffy. I don't really know if there is too much more I could have done. I think maybe a 53.9 with everything 100% perfect is doable, but you'd take a lot more runs than 3 to get everything 100% perfect. So I say I'm pretty happy. Let's face it. 54.1 is our new insane time. That's just completely and utterly ridiculous. And we get a wheel spin. What crap are we going to win from this? Clothes? I'm sure it will be clothes. Let's face it. We're on stream. It is... Oh no, it's worse than clothes. We've got a Sylvia. Well... What a disappointing wheel spin that is. I joke. I don't actually dislike the Sylvia. It's just funny because it's got almost as many fanboys as a Supra. And there we go. Right. Oh yeah, the bloody hell were we? On the requests. Right. We were going to have a go with a Mini. Let's go and reverse ourselves up here. Also, before we go, before I start building, HTL? Again, I apologise if I mispronounce any of your names. Oh, sounds gone a bit funky. That was a celebratory... Oh, wait, hold on. We got a new record, which means it's surely a celebratory... And this time I know they're coming and don't miss the start of the race. So, there we go. Yes, HDL, thank you for the subscription for the 3rd month. Oh, the Bugatti doesn't roll car salute. The Bugatti got very glitchy and angry. HDL saying that the B in EB is banana. In this one, yes. In this one, very much so. It is the Banana Mobile. The Banana Mobile doesn't like to roll over, though. Come on, banana car. Let's see if you can go for a better rolled car salute. This is the wonkiest ramp I think I've ever done rolled car salutes off of. They don't want to roll. They get stuck upside down. Fall over. There we go. It fell over. It was really awkward. The little Bugatti is a pain in the arse for rolling. Although it's just that jump. I don't know why. It's a shame. Is it better? I'm going to try another. There's an extra roll car salute for whoever's the next subscriber. This is well, maybe no one will subscribe. It's a terrible roll car salute. I'm going to try something different. I don't know whether it's going to work here. No, they just don't. They just don't want to roll. Hey, I mean we rolled it. We did roll it. It went over. It was successful. But even if you go higher up on that, this ramp, I've done a lot of using those as split ramps, and for whatever reason, the Bamborough Castle is the worst ramp there is for trying to roll cars off. I don't know why. It's a weird, silly thing, but you know, it is what it is. Right. We're gonna be at a Mini, which is not gonna work. Basically, it's not gonna. I genuinely don't know what's gonna beat that Bugatti. I can't think of a car that is going to go quicker than that. Genuinely, I can't think of a car that will beat that, because the Mosler's too high. Mosler's S2 to begin with won't be all-wheel drive. I genuinely don't know what could do that. Because what's going to have Razor Whip saying F40 maybe, but the F40 might do it. XJ220 is too long. XJ220 is just too long, I think, for that. For the technical sections. McLaren F1 I think is too high PI if you all-wheel drive swap it. So yeah, I don't know, but I do think that car is going to be insanely difficult to beat. Now I don't know whether we're going to find. I don't know what the game tag was. So, right. What was it called? Insane Mini, I think it was. Vipers are not a bad shout. Vipers can work. 99 Viper might work, actually. Oh, touch typing didn't work on that one. There we go. I think that should bring it up. Okay, so it's technically within the class. I don't know if it's all-wheel drive, though. That's going to be interesting. I actually presume it must be for that. Yeah, I think a Viper might stand a chance, but the Viper's going to be... Viper won't grip like that Bugatti, I don't think. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll probably maybe find out today what it might take to beat that EB110. Yo, Couch Ninja saying hello. I hope you all are less hungover than I am. Happy New Year's. Indeed, Happy New Year's to all. If you are just joining, if you are just waking up, I hope you have less of a headache than I, and apparently Couch Ninja. Again, I'm not doing too bad. It's worse sitting here streaming and everything, but right. I think the Mini short wheelbase is good. You know, short wheelbase on a Mini is great. I think it will be too... Power to weight ratio is almost too much in this. It's going to be too twitchy. Also, front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive is notoriously oversteery. So, there we go. I mean, it might work. Well, I've jumped over the wrong part. It might work, but yeah, it's not going to have... It's not going to have the grip of the Bugatti. It'll out-accelerate it by a very long way, but it won't have the grip of the Bugatti. So I'm going to hazard a guess that this is probably going to be sitting around. If I can drive it without spinning it, I reckon it'll probably be mid 58. that's where I'm going, just because of the acceleration. But it's the spinning / oversteer that is the issue potentially with this. What have we got? Sorry, I'm just going to go through the cars we've got coming up. We have got... Oh, I've scrolled way too far back there. After the Mini, we've got the Peel. Well, that's going to go bloody well. So we're going to have two uncontrollable messes. Then we have a Mercedes 190e. That could do it. That could go well anyway. And then a Gremlin. And I think that is it so far. If you do have particular requests you would like to see run, please do leave them in donation messages, and I will try and get round to them all today. If I don't, you know, have my head explode. Let's go and start a race, shall we? Yeah, chat, place your guesses on this. Our slowest car to ever run through the course is a Morgan three-wheeler at 2:08.5. I reckon it should be sub 2 minute from this. It's just the sheer acceleration from this is what will do it, potentially at least. Apex, I think, was the money exploit on cars you were talking about earlier. Basically, if you buy a Fairlady, the classic Fairlady Z, the 60s Fairlady Z, there's a Porsche that does it as well. There's one of the perks you can go through that earns you you get 300,000 credits. The car costs you 150,000. Basically, you buy a bunch of them, you double your money. You do need a lot of the car level points to do it, which I have 700 of, and that's, yeah. Like, you can do it quite a lot with 700 points, and you get a couple of free wheel spins along the way as well. So it's a bit time consuming going through all the menus to do it, but it's easier than going, you know, through the races and so on. Here we go. Mini, good luck. Good luck on the sand. We will not turn anywhere near as well. It's quite darty, but we'll not turn anywhere near as well. This is not built by me, this one either. This one's built by a Speed Beast. Quite darty on the sand. Although the good news is if it's darty on the tarmac, on the sand it gets all dulled out because, well, there's just less grip out here. So the dartiness might help it a little bit on getting turned in, but we're unlikely to be as bad as if we were on the tarmac. It almost wants to do a front flip under braking, which is alarming. You never want your car doing that, but, you know, we'll get away with it. Again, on sand it's not too bad. On tarmac it'll probably be horrible. There is nowhere near the grip we had in the Bugatti. See, this is where the Mini, for example, is losing time, whereas the Bugatti is just straight through there with absolutely no problems. Right, brake and slow it down for this part. Now, this is the section that the Mini will be good at, of course. Even with less grip than the Bugatti, it's such a tiny car. But we've got more roads to play with, essentially. This is why I don't think the XJ220 would go quickly here, because it is too long, and I think, yeah, long cars will not fare well here. Oh, there's the fence. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Fence is not important. Oh, that's some big sliding on the beach. Now, the only good thing is I might be able to... Oh, not a good thing. It's too oversteering for that. We will... we'll cut the corner, but we wasted so much time sliding on the beach. It's no good. It's just no grip. Little too darty and not very much in the way of grip from the back end. Like there, for example, the back end moving around is a little bit helpful. Whoa to somebody, this time not scaring the crap out of me. I was prepared. I don't know how, but there we go. Right, Mini, fly through the air. What are we going to do on landing? Not much. That's okay. Hit the tarmac. We should accelerate like crazy. Tarmacs had issues. Oh, we didn't quite do it in under 2 minutes. Bugger. Okay. Certainly not last. It does it what is it? A 2 minutes, .355. Although it got very sketchy. It got very sketchy on the final step. 355, there we go. Yeah, we basically crashed it as we finished. Which, if you're going to crash, have it crash across the line. Not before the line, just across the line, you're okay. Matthew, thank you for the donation. Saying, right after the demolishing Just Dealt, my last effort is a BMW M1 to try and go faster. I'll make an upgrade set if you want, as my engine, the Mercury you used, was different from the one I thought you'd use. We'll have a go at building the M1. The M1 could be good. I don't know if you got... I mean, I feel like the only way we're going to beat the Bugatti is with something with as bigger tyres as that. I feel like... I mean, the M1... I do like the M1. They're very good cars. What class was it? I used to run them on Forza... I think I ran them on Forza 5. I had an M1 that I really liked in A or B class. It's a damn fine race car if you get it right. But yeah, out here, I guess it's a similar... What is the M1 made? I presume mid-ish, late-ish 80s? No, it's earlier than that, isn't it? No, it might be early. It's 70s. It might be late 70s, come to think of it. Yeah. The M1 could be fast. The M1 could be fast. We will find out. It's 81, there we go. It was around there. I got the vaguely, after a few attempts, I got it vaguely close. Right, Mini, let's go and see what you can do around here. It's going to be less of the throttle sidewaysness and more on the controllable side of things, basically. I can do that. I can manage that, I think. There we go. Nice. Does it. There. It's actually not been too bad. To be fair, this car does okay at the slow speed stuff, mainly because I can control the throttle enough. We're not having to try and be... We're not able to be aggressive because the corners are so technical. It's the big beach corners where there's a problem. Here is a little bit of a problem. Will alert to somebody. Again, I think my mind's in streaming mode finally. It's taken it an hour and a half, or I don't even know how long we've been streaming, I'll be honest. The Bugatti has bended space and time, it's that fast. I think that's how it works, right? You can slightly bend time if you go quick enough. I mean, we're normally talking many kilometres a second or something, but here we go. Yeah, basically, if the Mini really doesn't want to hit a fence, it's so light that hitting the fence screws it over. Let's get much speed down here, but I want to be early on the brakes because I don't want it sliding on the way down here if I can help it. There we go. We'll just scrape the wall. Now, this is where we have problems. Don't throw the car in, but there's no real grip, so to speak, even from the front end of the car. So less sliding. Still actually quite a big slide there, which I didn't want to be doing, but there we go. Throw it up the hill, slow it down, bounce around. It doesn't really feel like it's running bumps very nicely, which, you know, it's manageable. I've driven worse, and we will drive worse next, because I know what's coming up. Also, the wrong gear through there. Actually, the high gears have been quite helpful in this, just to help tame the car down. Here we go. Big flight from the vehicle, and actually is landing better on the tarmac that time around. Here we go, runs the line, no spinning, no bouncing, no twitching. And there we go. It is across the line. We are sub 2 minutes. 1:58.9. That's actually quite respectable. 58 point, what is it? 937. That is not a bad time. Just for those out of those curious, that has gone faster than the Pagani Zonda. That has gone faster than the S2000 Polaris Mercury Coupe. We are about a second down on a Ferrari 250 LM. So, yeah. There we go. Gliscor, thank you very much for the donation, saying, if I may be allowed to add one on as well as the Gremlin, how about giving the E63 a try around? I know it is quick. You can indeed. We will hopefully get to that a little bit later on. Kiak, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the resubscription. for the 12th month for the year, you get an upside-down FailRace sub-badge. Saying, has it already been a year? Damn. And hello, Alex. Hello indeed, Kiak. I think we're getting, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but the year mark we're getting to now was from the Warhammer, Total Warhammer streams, because I remember Norbert was a general. I know we had Kiak as a general. When we're doing the playthrough with the... Oh god, what were they called? The Egyptian faction. I don't even remember the bloody name of them now. It's been a very long time since I have played. The problem is, Total War Warhammer is a game that once I start playing, I play it for a lot of hours and don't get much work done. It's a very, very good distracto game. It's a very good distracto game, and I haven't played it since. I want to I might at some point play the new Zombie Pirates faction, because that's fun. Tomb Kings, there we go. That's the one. That's the one indeed. Also, Lee Soav? Save? I'm not, again, I apologise. I'm struggling to read at the best of times. Thank you for the donation, saying Happy New Year. And as a request, can you use the E63 M3 with a wide arch kit? There is a lot of love for the E63. We can indeed. Both Bliska and Lee wanting to see the E63. We can have a go. We can have a go with that one. Yeah, I don't know how quick it's going to be. However, I will try my best with that car in a little while. We've got one more run with a Mini. Can I keep this thing under control for long enough or for another, well, hopefully sub 2 minute run? Just got to hold on to the Mini for a couple more minutes, and then I'll... I mean, if I could happen to end up in the ocean so I don't have to drive the Peel, that would probably be good. That would probably be a good idea, I feel. Like, that would be fun. I say fun. It would be more fun than driving the Peel around here. I'm just going to say that much. I think I already have a Peel pretty much pre-built. Get out of the fence. I mean, it's not helped us in as much as the fence slows your acceleration down, but it has helped us in that it kept the car in a straight line. You know, small mercies and everything. Just keep the Mini pointing in a straight line, and, oh, that's another fence. Yeah, so I'm trying to do almost as little movement with the steering as I can with the car. I know that sounds kind of strange on a course like this, but the less we upset the car, the better. But the problem is sometimes you get it caught on the fence. And the Mini, if it gets caught on the fence, just likes to keep going through the fence. It doesn't really like going away from the fence. It's just magnetically attracted to wooden fence posts. Don't ask, I don't understand it either, but that's what the Mini does. That is what the Mini does. Oh, they're going to be very sideways. I'm not as controlled onto the beach as I'd like to be, although I can control it mid-corner. I think we can get the run I want off the beach at 102 miles an hour. I'll get on the brakes nice and early, because otherwise we will bounce our way into the castle. More slipping and sliding, and that's okay. Let's feed it through this area. Now, we were in the slightly wrong gear coming out of this corner last time around. This time, much better. Oh, there's a Mustang. Mustang, it's no good. You are not in the position to screw over the Bugatti. It's not going to matter about the Mini. It's not going to be beating the Mustang boss. Oh, wait, no, you might actually be an Audi. Never mind. I was just expecting it to be a... Whoa! We're going to crash again. We don't go faster. It was an alright run. It was an alright run. It is a sub 2 minute run, just not faster though. I don't think I could go much quicker than a 58.7. Let's face 58.9. Sorry, with that vehicle. So there we go. That'll do a job. Considering that could have been a lot worse, I am not too disappointed with that. As I said, it beats the Zonda. It beats the Zonda. Doesn't beat the Stingray. Or the Stingray, or the RX-7, also loses out to the Escort RS. But, yeah, Speed Beast, it's twitchy horribleness is what it is. It's insane acceleration, very, very fast acceleration. Not that much fun when it gets to the corners. You kind of hold on and sort of hope. But there we go. Chris just saying, I like alcohol. Fair enough. You know, I like some. I like some. So, yeah, you know, some days are good, some days are bad. Let's go into the castle and face our inevitable fate. Face our inevitable fate of appeal. It was always going to happen. I knew it was always going to happen. Here we go. I don't look forward to this. I hope you guys do. Let's be honest here. But, oh, my trident's apparently been put back to stock. That's fun. Morvir, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, could you give the Talbot Sunbeam Lotus a go? I shared a tune, search for Morvir. One of my favourite cars in the game for hooning everywhere. It's also the noisiest car. It is also the noisiest car in the game when you put a certain engine in it. I don't know what engine it is. Probably a Honda engine. At least. But yeah, you put that engine in it and it becomes the single loudest car in the damn game. It is ridiculous. This, sadly, is going to be... This is not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun in any way. I'm not looking forward to the peel. So, yeah, we're ready for pain and suffering. I think here. No Punterino asking, would you be able to tell us the colour the cheap car is? I can indeed. It is blue. That's the colour. It's not frosty gold. I mean, and you would be very excited if it was frosty gold. And I will say, while it was way out of budget, I did see a Honda Prelude that was frosty gold, and I mean, like, really, really frosty gold Prelude. So, I mean, it was quite impressive. It was $3,000. Actually, outside of the frosty goldness, actually looked like quite an interesting car and all, but yeah, far too expensive. So no, we haven't got that. It is not offensive blue. It is not an offensive blue. It's quite a nice colour. Blakey said, "Did you buy your RX-8 back?" No, I did not. I did not get my RX-8 back. Although the blue is quite similar. The blue is actually quite similar to the RX-8 one. Lee, thank you for the donation, saying E36, not E63. I think I read that out wrong. I think you did put it right the first time. Just my dyslexic brain put numbers the wrong way round. It's the 97 version on Horizon 4. Thank you very much. Yeah, silly brain. E63 is a Mercedes, isn't it? Silly brain doesn't work very well. I apologise on that one. But there we go. Right, let's go. I think that's as modified as the peel gets. It's just into S1. So, let's see what happens. Oh, I don't want to be doing this today. I don't think there's no day where I am ready for this sort of thing. Leo asking, will you be wrapping it? Oh, where's it gone? Will you be wrapping it in orange and black? I have had a couple of thoughts. Of course, first thought is just go orange with black stripes. I did also ponder, and I might do this. Oh, I've got to extend gear ratios in this. Normally, I don't tune the cars. However, this has to be done because the gear ratios are garbage. Completely useless garbage to begin with. Yes, as far as the wrap goes for it, yeah, I thought about doing it straightforward FailRace cars. I've also pondered about doing a sort of competition-style design and livery, because I think it would be quite fun to have the car made up. Again, we kind of talked about making the cars up into like a pretend race car, so it'd be fun to kind of have like a FailRace-inspired racing-style livery. So you'd have the colours, you know, the racing colours being orange and black, and maybe a bit of white in there. That's what I'm pondering. That's what I'm pondering in terms of what I'm going to do with the paint, if you like. Leo saying chat design livery. What go? No, I'm not doing that. We're definitely not doing chat design livery, because then it would end up like the Harlequin car from what is it, Harlequin Golf? That would be interesting. Right. This is going to be pain. Pain and suffering. Invisible AK, Chris asking, will there be an almighty wing? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I haven't quite decided. Woolala Kiak! Thank you very much for the donation, saying, can we have some French action going on with a Renault Megane? Curious on how capable the car is. You can indeed. Detective Inspector NI saying, have you not announced the car to public? If not, I've already been told by Ollie. No, I haven't. I have put it has been seen on Patreon, and apparently a few people have told a few people. But no, it is not properly known. So we're playing the guessing game of what car have I bought for surprisingly little money. Right, peel of... this is going to be the peel of pain, I think, is what we shall call this. This is the peel of pain. This is the peel of pain. Speaking of Mighty Wings, I did see... so I got this car, I got from Facebook Marketplace. Actually quite a good plate, funnily enough. That's where I sold my RX-8 through as well. But yeah, I got it on there, and I was having a look around and I saw somebody was selling like a massive time attack wing for like 300 quid. It was a silly time attack wing. Yeah, I mean, they're sort of always tempting, but you know, maybe at some. We'll see. We'll see on that. Anyway, it is time for some peel sadness. Oh, good God, it doesn't turn at all. The peel doesn't turn, it also sinks in the sand. It's very, very fast accelerate. Oh, it doesn't stop. Help! Please send help. I've missed a corner by a very long way. I mean, that's one way to take a turn. This is undrivable. I'm just going to say, this is completely undrivable. I've gone for the throw the car at the course route. It wasn't very drivable when we took it on tarmac. It's now considerably less drivable on the sand. I was hoping, sometimes when you take these cars off-road... Oh, stop bouncing! Actually slow down, please. Nope, don't do that. It spends so much time in the air, I can't actually slow the damn thing down. It's too light for its own good. It's just far too light for its own... You know, we're just going to go and crawl our way around. We are just going to crawl our way around. And that's... that. Oh, bloody hell. This is a nightmare. I don't like the peel. I'm just putting it out there to get a bit. The guessing from the chat, 3-minute plus lap times, probably about accurate. This is awful. This is just many shades of awful. It's more than 50. It's definitely. It's the worst. I think it is the worst. Admittedly, I have got sim steering on, which won't help, but none of the other cars do this. That was a sweet mid run 360. Bonus points for that. Hey, we're drifting the peel. Oh crap! Please be drifting the way. You were luckily drifting the way I wanted you to go, but only just. And the brakes are terrifying because when you go on the brakes, everything blocks up. And, or no, which one is it? Is it the front wheels keep spinning and the rear stops, or the rear one keeps spinning? Where have you gone over there? That's not where I told you to go at all. You've literally just made up your own track car. Come back. Oh, bouncy, bounce. And there's a checkpoint. This will probably fall over on the jump, let's face it. I can't imagine it's going to enjoy this because it's a massive jump and a horrible landing. And here we go. Big air time. Fly, little peel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little peel. Well, I mean, that was predictable. Little peel of pain. It's not a good time. I'm just going to put this out there. Oh, Christ. We're having a crash across the finish line. Well, it is officially the slowest car by some margin. It is 249.5. That's very bad. There's not words to describe how awful that is. There are not words to describe how utterly awful that car is. I think I can go a little faster. I think I can go a lot far. Well, I can go a lot less spinning. No, I don't even know if I can do that, honest. I can't promise that. We had, what, 3 spins on that? And well, we had 3 spins, a missed checkpoint involved in that. Yeah. Kiak saying he was having horrible flashbacks about this car. It's not a nice car to drive, the Trident. It is not a nice car to drive, the Trident, at all. I knew this was going to be something special. Basically, it was going to be something. Thunder, I hope you appreciate Trident. I hope for those that wanted to see me run a peel, I hope this is everything you wanted and more. Because otherwise, I will be sad that I have put myself through trying to drive this mess of a car. Yeah. Right, here we go. Trident, I'm going to go for a new tactic here. I don't know whether it's going to work, but we're going to try something. And that is called go really, really slowly and don't spin. No, slowly's not working because it doesn't steer. Why are you not steering? Is somebody disconnected the steering wheel from the actual steering rack? I mean, that would explain a lot what's going on here. We got like a self-learning AI trying to drive the car, and I am actually just a bystander. I'm going to go with that because that means it's not my fault. It's terrible. It is terrible. I feel like you could. I mean, there are probably way better drivers than me, and somebody could probably tune it to be half usable, and I think it would still be about 20 seconds slower than everything here. It's that bad. We haven't missed a checkpoint yet. Look, there was almost a corner taken like a normal car, followed by a corner not taken like a normal, vaguely like a normal car. Here we go. Slowly does it. Slowly does it. Clip a fence. Well, all the fast cars have clipped the fence, so it seems right that the least Trident should try and emulate what the fast cars have done. This looks like the least spectacular run in existence, but this is just how you have to drive this car if you want to actually get any sort of speed out of it. Understeer, it's just awful. It's just, there is a million miles of understeer in this car, followed by a million miles of no control at all, and then you're probably pointing backwards. That's just how it works. Now, slowly does it onto the beach, because this is where everything went terribly wrong last time. Actually, no, tell a lie. Last time we got around, when we spun coming down there, we didn't really lose all that much time in spinning. But we kind of took this corner okay. No, too much spinning. Peel, bad. There we go. Thank you for going in a straight line. Now, Sandy Snake. The Sandy Snake is so bumpy down here that I think we're in real trouble with the peel. Most cars are fine. It's actually quite advantageous. You kind of run them off the bankings, and it kind of helps twist the car down here. The problem is when you do that with a peel, it just twists it into the banking or just fires it off the course. There we go. We are out of the final corner, run towards the finish line here. It's not been spectacular, this run. Can we... Oh, Peel, don't front flip, please. Thank you, Peel. That's much appreciated. You're still going to spin, but... Oh, there we go. What a silly machine. I mean, that was the calm, sensible run. And we rolled it across the line as well. Bonus points. Well, we've got the time down to a 2:26. I mean, we shaved off a lot of time in that one. I'm going to write it down, otherwise I'm going to probably forget. We shaved off like 20 seconds in that, which is something good. But the rest of it is not so good. Well... We've got one more go. We have got one more go. It did crash across the finish line. In fact, I'm saying rolled across the line. Truly fail race, indeed. Indeed, it was a spectacular FailRace based finish. See? Don't drive it like a Muppet, and it's kind of fast enough. I say kind of. You can get some speed out of it, you can improve, but I don't really think I can do much more than that, other than hope I get lucky. I just hope I don't get bounced wide somewhere. We might be able to cut a few seconds off that. I don't even know really where I want to start. I actually kind of want to start more. Can I... Woolala! We can woolala. Can I shuffle myself? Hey, okay. We might be able to do this with as little steering as possible. That's the hope. Thunder saying, I suggested this car in hopes it would be slowest. I am incredibly happy. It is that it has a record. We've had 2 records today. We have a new record fastest car. We have a new record slowest car. Both by some margin. I mean, the Peel's margin is quite large, quite impressive. The Bugatti's is only a couple of seconds. You know, the Peel, we're talking, what, 16, 18 seconds slower than everything else, which is pretty, that's a sizable margin. If you had that lead at the front, I had just every single wheel locked there, and the car was having none of my shenanigans. Well, we've overshot there, but I guess we can pull it back with kind of late apex for a hairpin. So, yeah, the brakes on this occasionally just lock everything, and even when you release the trigger, they're still locked, because... Is it the rear wheel that moves faster, or... Does the rear one have a brake? I don't know. Some of the wheels move faster than the other ones, which makes braking it from higher speeds down to slow speeds sketchy as anything. It just doesn't really work as a car. Well, it does, but not when you put a 230 horsepower superbike engine in it. Then it doesn't work. A car built for 4 horsepower, funnily enough, doesn't work when you put a lot more in it. Oh crap! I'm getting lost again a little bit. Just a smidge. Oh, no, that's all good. I suddenly was carrying speed and the brakes were never going to be up to the task of slowing that speed down. We've knocked over more barriers with this. The smallest car to ever run here has knocked over more barriers than anything else. Uh-oh, where am I going? Oh no, we're in trouble. I can't solve this problem with speed. We can solve this problem, well, normally you solve that problem by having a crash. We have managed to kind of slow it down and get some control in the car. But that's about it. Oh dear. Not this again. No. No. Okay, we're fine. The sim steering doesn't make life easy, I will be honest, on that front. But everything else is run through here on sim steering, so it only seems fair to keep the cars running the same assists. I think they all have. It might be possible some of the cars I've accidentally left it off, but most vehicles it doesn't make a difference, I guess. It's not all that much. Oh no, we're gonna have twitches. I lost it. There we go. And there goes any chance of a faster time. Peel, go in a straight line. Maybe the Peels had too much New Year's celebrations. Oh crap. Peel down. Hey, stunt of the day. Stunt of the day goes to the Peel at least, so we always knew it was going to. Let's face it. It was always going to get stunt of the day. That is something at least. That is something at least. The awesome stunt of the day makes it slightly worthwhile. That's the best front flip I've done in a car. For a Peel to land that and be able to just go straight from the landing is very, very impressive. It's terrible. Absolutely useless car, but... there we go. The Peel Trident will go to the very bottom of the leaderboard. And I spelt that wrong, but never mind. You guys aren't seeing it, so it doesn't matter. Peel Trident goes last by miles. It is 18 seconds down on the Morgan three-wheeler. It is 22 seconds down on the Fiesta. It is, 26 seconds down on the Holden Sandman. So... that car is garbage. That car is complete garbage around there, but we knew it was going to be. It was a good laugh, though. I hope for you. Oh, dear. Dodge, thank you very much for the donation. Saying Happy New Year. I have a Monaro for you to run through the sand. Under MCM Monaro HQ. And I would send more, but this is all I have after the Yogscast Jingle Jam. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. I watched some of the Jingle Jam myself. Was good fun. Was good fun over there. I'm hoping we can get some of the later cars. I might have a bit of trouble getting round to in terms of time, but we will try. I will try my best to get round to them. Or my head is basically going to be, we'll either run out of time or my head's going to explode, and I'm not sure which is hitting first. But there we go. I did actually just have a drink. Typically, I was going through that loading screen, but never mind. We shall appease the hydrate bots with a drink. And there we go. Hydrate bot has been appeased doubly. Right, what are we going for next? I think it's the 190E, wasn't it? We've got rid of that horribleness. We never talk about the Trident again. And it was for Weaver, yes. Mercedes 190E. Now that is a car I like. I don't know if I have one. But that is a car that I do like and will hopefully not be horrendous. Wallala! Bruce, thank you very much for the donation. So, may I request the XP Falcon for a future stream? Also, get out of here with that even donation counter. Ah, the evens were winning. The evens were winning. They're now not winning. And the Culter 69 has actually been quite quiet today, which is unlike it. But there we go. Oh, I need to buy a 198. I'm surprised I don't have one. There we go. We do not have a 190E. Fair enough. Let's just go and purchase one of them. It's not going to be as actually, they are still quite expensive. Not as expensive as the Bugatti we bought, so there we go. Chris asking, what are you drinking? More alcohol, I hope. No, it is all. We're on water. That's what I have today. And because I'm here, and because I've always loved that livery, I'm going to go for a livery. Phantom say 190E. Some needed German sensibleness after that peel. Exactly. Much needed German sensibleness after the silliness of the Trident. I don't know if this has got enough. Don't know if this has got enough speed to beat that Bugatti. I don't know if anything ever will, but I do think this might get. I mean, the 2008 M3, I don't know letters of the BMW. I know nothing about the BMWs, I'll be honest. I know the E30 M3. I like that. After that, I don't know any numbers on anything. So, yeah, the 08 M3, that is sat in third at the moment at 57.1. I mean, if this can be the fastest German car, that would be good. If this can be the fastest German car, that would be good, I think, for it. And it might. Because they are very good handling. We've had to ban them in various events. We have had to ban these in various events on previous. It's more on motorsport games, just because they can be very, very OP in some classes. So I'm hoping it'll be good for this. It will be along similar lines to the Bugatti in the way it gets its speed. This will be all about the grip. It will probably not have any straight line speed. Nope. Don't take that wing off. That is very much sacrilege. That's far more sacrilege than any engine swaps is taking off. It's like taking the wing off. I hate doing it when you build an Escort Cosworth as well, when you have to take the wing off because you want Forza Aero on the car. That is the highest form of sacrilege right there. But what on earth are we going to run in this? I don't think the standard engine will get to the top of. Try it, but I don't think it will. We'll give it a go. I guess we've still got handling parts to put on, which should give us a decent amount of PI. That and okay, it's a little heavier perhaps than I'd like it, but you know, that's fine. Thunder, I would say the EB110 was built after Volkswagen acquired Bugatti. I thought it was long before, but so isn't that the fastest German car? Not really. Not really. I thought it was still. I thought the EB110 was built while it was still very French. But I could be entirely wrong on that front. But I wouldn't really call it counted as a German car, particularly. I mean, technically, is it Rolls-Royce are owned? I can't remember who's owned by what these days. But yeah, you know, none pretty much of the British cars are owned by. Well, they're all owned by someone else. I can't remember which ones are which now. They changed hands so many times. The EP110 was built by the Italians. There we go. It's a French car built by the Italians. The perfect combination. Well, what the hell engine do we want? Turbo Rally, or I don't know if that's going to get to the top. I think we're going to have to go with the i6. So the i6 is a pretty crappy engine in this game as well, if I remember rightly. It was very good in Horizon 2. You could get like 1,000 horsepower in it, but now I think it only tops out at about 750. I say, you know, only our fastest car was less, but you know, I guess we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay, thankfully. Yeah, there we go. Lovely stuff. Right, it's close enough. It will do. For this. Okay, 761. There we go. I kind of remember my stuff. Just about. Stick all this on. It's not going to cost us any PI. And there we go. We are sorted, I think. We are ready to run with the car. Yeah. Place your bets. Place your bets on what you reckon. I reckon it's going to be fast. I reckon it's going to be fast. Not Bugatti fast, but I think it's going to be pretty good. Right, let's go and drive. Now I've got chat trying to figure out where everything, where all of the different cars are. I think Lotus was owned by Proton. Or they were partners at one point. I don't know if they still are, though. They probably are. When they someone was owned by Tatra or something as well. Again, at someone. They change hands so often that you never remember. Oh, this has got some grip about it. I like that. This is going to be quick, I think. That's good news. It's good news for 190E fans. Right, here we go. Chat reckons varying. Matthew reckon a 59. I think it's gonna be faster than 59. I think it's gonna be. Oh, what the bloody hell is going on with that? I don't know. I'm not sure, but there we go. Apparently, whoever did the livery put the wrong flag on. That's quite funny. the rare Belgian Schneider driver. That's who knew. Who knew? That's yeah. Sorry, cheating knobhead and any other Germans out there. I didn't do the livery. I just loved the. I've always liked the D2. Livery Mercedes cars. They are, I guess the very first DTM I ever watched would have been the era when it was this. Was it Mercedes C-Class? I think that ran in this livery. I think that was the very first sort of, very first memories of DTM, so I always just associate this livery with DTM. I love, you know, the 190E versus M3 era of that, but I was a little too... Yeah, I was a little too young when that was on, but here we go. What are we going to see out of this car? I'm going to be brave, but I reckon we're going to be in the 57s, maybe even a mid-57. The way this thing gripped when going down towards the start line gives me some confidence, and it has got a good amount of power as well. Hasn't got the tyre size of the Bugatti, but we have got a lot of power. We've got more power and I think less weight than the EV110, or certainly similar weight. So if we can grip anywhere near like the Bugatti, we might be in for a pretty good run. but gripping like the Bugatti is not going to be an easy feat. It certainly feels faster accelerating. There we go, around the hairpin. Oh, don't brush the fence. I think there was the faintest of clips on it, but not enough to slow us down. Okay, I'm liking this car as well. I don't think it quite changed direction like the Bugatti, but it is still a lot better. So nice. I mean, it does feel immensely quick, but I was driving a Peel a minute ago, so that does slightly skew the perception of stuff. We've got AIs in trouble. What is earth is going on here, guys? I've never caught the AI at this point. In all of my, however many runs I've done through this course, however many runs building it, and so on, I've never had an AI dope out that much. That's we have caught them here. That's a little unhelpful. There's Audi trying to sabotage a Mercedes. So no, Audi, you have literally sabotaged a Mercedes. You're supposed to stick together. I know you're kind of rivals, but surely you want to stick together to try and beat. Oh, maybe it was because of the Belgian flag on the car. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the Audi was trying to be a sneaky bugger. Cheating, was that you driving the Audi by any chance? Is that you trying to sabotage the car? Somebody was doing some sneaky shenanigans over there. This has been a very messy run for the AIs. I mean, it still gives us a good idea roughly what this car is going to be looking at speed-wise, and it is something. Okay, considering we probably lost up to 2 seconds on that, I would say, yeah, 58, maybe a lower 58. And it's hard to tell, but that's quite a bad call at all. At most, it's probably going to be that at 2 seconds. I was expecting a bit faster. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting just a teensy tiny bit faster from that 190e. As I said, it feels very, very good to drive. But that was not as quick as I was hoping. That was not as quick as I was hoping. So yeah, might have to adjust your your guesses. Those playing along in chat, you might have to adjust your guesses on what you reckon we'll be doing speed-wise. Bloody hell! The way I've got my windows set up, I haven't actually seen I haven't been able to see the viewer numbers on the stream. We're like 330. Thank you guys for taking time out of your New Year's Day recovery to come and watch us mess around with some rally cars on Horizon 4. I hope you are enjoying the stream where we build cars, and some are very fast and some are quite dopey, and then some like this feel very fast and might not be very fast. We don't really know what we're going to get. Oh, please no more Audi sneaky sabotage. If we can have no Audi sneaky sabotage this time around, that would be good. Come on, 190e. Let's see what you can manage in a better, clearer run. I have a feeling the last car that I built that felt really fast, but actually wasn't, was a 190e when I ran autocross. I remember distinctly thinking the 190e was amazing. I think it was autocross builds where I had one of these, and it was incredible to drive and really slow. I don't know why. No idea why. I think that was. Well, I could be wrong. If anybody does remember my series better than I, it might have been very. I feel like it should have been very fast autocross, and I feel like I might have been disappointed by it there. But was it the Focus RS and Neura were at the top? I think the Neura won in the end. Oh, it's been a long time since I've thought about autocross. Basically, since I was massively disappointed, 7 didn't let us build cars to run in it. That was probably the last time. And then we got a Horizon 4 where I can build whatever course I want, which I like very much. I like very much indeed. Here we go. Mercedes. Open up the taps down here. What is our speed? Okay, it's actually not too slow down there, which is what we like to see. It's not fast, but it's competitive. It's faster than the Bugatti at least. Here we go. On to the beach. We head now. Try a slightly different line. No sneaky Audi. No sneaky Audi-based shenanigans this time around as we run up the hill. have we got? Well, we should be fast. We're not fast to this run. I might as well give up driving, I think. This run does feel pretty good. This run does feel pretty good indeed. Change direction. That's a little bit using the banking to help get the car turn, which is always, always good. And here we go, up towards the jump. And then run towards the line. It actually lands. It's landing nicely here, which is always good. We land nicely, we get down, we run towards the line. Ooh! There we go, that's more like it. That's more like it. That's what we were wanting to see from the car. 157.0. That's what we're wanting. That is, it's the Battle of the Germans. The Battle of the Germans. 190E has won. It might go faster. 157.019. It has beaten the M3. It has beaten the M3. Just less than a tenth of a second in it, but it has beaten the BMW. Newton Heath, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to you from chat. Lilith, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the bits. Saying, hello Alex, what have I missed? We have utterly annihilated the track record around here. Your Corvette Stingray did not do as well as I'd hoped. It's joint 11th now with a Mazda RX-7. We drove a PL Trident, it fell over a lot and was terrifying. What else ran? The Mercury Coupe didn't really work, sadly. It was a little bit too big. Didn't quite go to plan. So yeah, you missed the EB110 utterly destroying everything. Our new target time, and again, if you are just joining us, welcome. Our new target time for this course is a 154.1, which is over 2.5 seconds faster than the Mustang Boss that was leading the series. It's that Bugatti was a savage car. The 190E is quite close to, well, I mean, the Mustang Boss. If I get everything utterly spot on, it might be possible. It might be possible. But I don't know. I don't quite know where I found all the time on that run. Chat was telling me apparently the sort of fictional split time around the halfway point was no good. So we found it around the Sandy Snake, possibly. But I think it was a fairly well-driven run. That there was no real, no real big issues around that point. So let's see what we can do. Can I get it into a 56? I'd like to get a 56. I think that's going to be tough. I'd like to get a Mustang as well, but you know, it's probably not going to happen. Here we go, Mercedes. Best of luck. Let's fingers crossed and hope that I can find some time. We're going to try and be, well, I was trying to be a little bit greedy through those opening checkpoints. We have got away with it, thankfully. So got away with it. I think we got through there quickly. We've not cut a corner and missed a checkpoint, so that's what matters. Kind of feeding it through these next couple of corners. I want to, be getting on the power, but I don't want to be wasting my time with the back end really wiggling around in the sand. Out of the hairpin nicely we go. I mean, it's an overall good car. It doesn't really excel in any particular areas. There are better handling cars, and there are faster accelerating cars. However, you put it together in this, and it just works everywhere, pretty much. We will weave our way through that section. We're taking out a few fences. I didn't really want to. I mean, considering when we look at the sort of size of tyres on this car compared to what it's competing against, BMW with a wide body kit, muscle car, and, well, in kind of the Bugatti, but nothing's really competing with that. It's doing well. It makes the most of what it's got. I'm not even buzzing the limits, but I don't know if it's very difficult to tell sometimes when you're on the sand, because the cars have got to work very, very hard around here. So you don't want to be changing up too soon necessarily with some of these engines. We are going to have a big amount of understeer-ish through there. Here we go. And we'll run up the top of the course. Bit of the fence on the inside, and that's not too bad. No idea if we're going faster at this point. It's a couple of places it's felt pretty quick, and then a couple of other places I'm not sure it has been particularly. There's the final turn. Are we going to have... I think we are going to have AI shenanigans. That should reset itself, but it will reset itself behind us. That's fine. Have we got... Are you Fords? Are you going to be a Ford? No, you actually don't think it's good TT anyway. Going to be more German-based shenanigans. Oh, we've gone quick, I think, but is it going to be a 56? Or did it just tick over? Hey! We have done a 56. We've got only, well, technically only the second car into the 56s, because one's in a 54. But we did a 56, 156.9. Well done. Well done, those that... that guessed. Yeah, 56, 9. Fox Assassin was one of them. I did see a couple of other ones, I think, as well, with that guess. So well done. The Mustang still retains second, still by a couple of tenths. 56, what we got? 935 from the car. So yeah, 190E, very good call. Oh, the lovely... sensible Germanness of a 190E having just been driving a Peel Trident. I like it very much. I like it very much indeed. And there we go. We've got a new car on the podium, which is good to see. It beat the BMW, and that's that. Our next car is interesting, shall we say? Because we are going to be driving a Gremlin, I believe. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. We are on to a Gremlin up next. Could actually be fast. In a weird roundabout way, could actually be fast. Lilith, thank you for the bits. Asking for the Lotus Esprit V8. If we have time today, I will drive the Esprit V8. Thank you very much. Martin Bates, thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car salute to you from chat, and there will be a rolled car salute from me once I get out of the garage. Wallala! Speed Beast, thank you very much for the donation. Asking for the BMW i8. Should be quick. It could be quick. Could be quick. They are quite heavy, but again, if I get time, I will have a go. What am I looking for? Completely the wrong way. I need to find a Gremlin. Do I have one? Is the question I'm asking currently. I do. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, these could be fairly quick. It's got big tyres, if I remember correctly. Big tyres, fairly light. But, you know, it's a Gremlin. While in reality, it's a terrible garbage fire. In Forza, you can kind of give it an okay engine, and it might not be too terrible. That is a very big kind of fingers crossed moment. That is a very big kind of fingers crossed moment. So, massive 305s at the rear, 245s at the front. It's going to probably understeer, but I can live with it. I can live with that. Of course, we'll want some Forza Aero. We will not want that rear bumper. And I don't know what I'm doing with the engine. We won't worry about that for now. Engine options. 6.2, 8.4, 7-litre Hemi, of course, and a 6.5 V12. That's, I mean, there's a lot of good options for engines, much better engines than the initial one. I mean, the Hemi is way too heavy, we'll never use that. It's just not going to, work. It won't even get the power, I don't think, to get the car to the top of S1 class. So, our options are lightweight V8, but not be able to get as much power as the V10 or the V12. I mean, the V12 could potentially get 1,500. Theoretically, it will... I mean, the car will eventually... well, probably hit the PI limit. So, what do we reckon, chat? V8, V10, or V12? Now, we have run a V12 twin-turbo already. That went in the Mercury Coupe, and that didn't actually work out too well for the car. Yeah, I mean, you can see that's not going to get 1,500. Actually, this is surprisingly... okay, I mean, this gives us... gives us plenty of options to play around with. By the look of it, chat wants to see... I think the V10 is going to win. The V10 is going to win. We will put the Viper engine into our Gremlin. Here we go. Viper engine is in the car. I could supercharge it. Honestly, I think I'm going to keep it naturally aspirated and go naturally aspirated and try and take off as many bits as possible from here. Just make it as light as I can, and then we should be good, I think. This is one of those funny cars. I could see this going really quickly. I could see this going very, very quickly. This could be a big surprise. This could be a very big surprise. It could also be completely garbage. I think that's probably what we'd like to see. I think it's either going to be incredibly good or far better than ever expected, or complete garbage. Those are the options. 780 horsepower, and enough 700 torque. Pretty light, big tyres. Could be very fast. Could be very fast. I think I've got all that stuff on, haven't I? What else can I sneak in? Nope. Can I sneak on the clutch? I can sneak the clutch on. Fantastic. That's what we like. 100 grand again. I've spent a lot of money on cars this stream, building silly things. Overthought Gaming, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 3rd month. A rolled car salute to you from chat and from me. Now we will go roll the Gremlin a couple of times off the castle, even if it's a bit wonky, but we'll have a go. And Speedbeast, thank you for the donation, saying you should try the Hurricane. PI might be a concern with the Hurricane. I don't know whether I've got enough PI to put rally tyres on it, but it might fit. It might fit within the class. Again, we'll have a look if we have got the time. Here comes the wobbly Gremlin. Are we ready? Are we ready for some... Well, first of all, some roll car salutes. This doesn't handle as well. Hey, there we go. That was a good one. There we go. That one was for Martin Bates. A actually quite good roll car salute on the castle. That's about the only way I can get these to roll nicely off of this one, because it's a lazy ramp. It doesn't make sense, but if you watch the entire stream, you'll know what I mean. It's a weird ramp, this one. It just doesn't like rolling cars. So you've actually got to really hit it at a funky angle. This one's not quite worked as well. Well, hey, we got the landing. Not quite as cleanly. That's for Overthought Gaming. It was rolled. It's really weird. For whatever reason, off that ramp, the cars roll on their roof and it just stops. It just gives up rolling over. And I don't know why. It's very peculiar. It is very peculiar indeed. Narevs, thank you very much for the subscription for the 2nd month in a row. So how about another rolled car salute? I don't know what I can roll off over here now. We'll have to do that after. Now we've got over here. We'll do it after the run. We'll see if we can go for 2 good and 1 dodgy, or 1 good and 2 dodgy. We'll find out. Also, as ever, the fun game of place your bets on the speed you reckon the Gremlin is going to be able to take around the course. I'm not actually expecting it to be all that. The grip, the handling that I was getting from just that little mess around with flipping the car, I think it's going to struggle. I think it's going to struggle here. I think Leo's guess of 59.3. I think that's probably going to be quite accurate. Now, we could be wrong. We could be wrong, and I have been wrong about cars in the past. But I guess we will have to wait and see. The rest of it's quite good at A-class hill climbing. Yeah, I don't know much Nagati still hanging around. I think he had one that we've raced in some of the team adventures. I can't remember if that's A or S1 class. That thing was pretty bloody quick. So, yeah, I mean, they can work, but we are asking for we're doing a very specific thing here. We're doing a very, very specific thing here. And what works as an overall car, you can come take down here and it get utterly obliterated. I suspect, although don't know, you take that EV110 and race it in S1 class normally, I bet that wouldn't do all that well. I might be wrong, but it might not do particularly well. But down here, it's nigh on unstoppable. So, yeah, I love building very specific cars for like very specific series, like this one, like with the hill climb as well. Well, that's for A class, but yeah, I always like doing these sort of series. Why I love doing autocross, because it's something you don't normally see the cars running in. Almost distracted me at the important start line time, but there we go. Not quite. Gremlin, how are you going to fare? Gremlin, also the name we've given to Eve, because, well, I mean, she is one, pretty much. So, there we go. Eve in car form. What are you going to be like to drive? A little bit slightly. Okay, it's actually better on the sand than I initially thought. It's certainly not Bugatti levels, it's not 190e levels of grip, but it's not the worst we have driven, and it will hopefully make up for lost time with acceleration. It has got the power, it has got the torque, it is fairly light actually, so I'm hoping, well yeah, there, that's the sort of bit. Again, we have been spoilt by a few cars having insane grip now, and everything else feels sluggish. This is, yeah, I think this is not bad for a car to run through here, but it's just not quite Bugatti levels of turning corners. We will chuck the car very sideways up there. That's actually quite a nice line. Very difficult to do those consistently, which is why I try, but more often than not you overshoot a little bit. This has actually been, I'm fairly happy with this run so far. What have we got straight line speed-wise? Yeah, it's not bad, 106. I was a little early on the brakes actually. I made a mess of that corner. I was a little early on the brakes, then let off a slight bit, and then completely screwed up the braking points. Now we're going for the late and straight line it up the hill. Here we go, late, straight line it up the hill. It's only 100 miles an hour. Again, a little too early on the brakes. Okay, we had a couple of scruffy moments. It is the first run, you're still learning the car and so on. Little scruffy moments, little silly moments. Who is playing silly buggers? AI. Are you going to stay out of the way? I think. I think they're going to be clear. Flying through the air a little lopsided, but that's fine. We're flying through the air a little lopsided. It's actually, not a nice landing. It was quite well positioned, but we hit the rear of the car on the tarmac, and that gave it all sorts of trouble. Okay, good first run. Pretty happy with that. 159. I thought we got a 58.9, but no, we got a 159.004. It beats a Zonda, which is always good. 9.004. I expect it will go quicker on a future run, but okay. Solid first run. Solid first run indeed. A little bit more speed, I think, to come from that car. There's definitely... Running down onto the big beach corner, I completely butchered that one. And actually coming off the beach, well, I say off the waterfront, shall we say. I messed up that corner a touch as well. There might be a 58 in the car. There might be a 58 in the car, but we will see. Phantom saying the only time a Gremlin will beat a Zonda. Yeah, probably. Although, to be fair, if you took a Zonda down the beach, in real life, a stock Gremlin would probably be faster around the beach than a Zonda, because, you know, Zonda sand probably not very good and all that. So... There we go. Also, sorry, before we go, Full House Gaming, thank you very much for the donation. Woolala, of course, to you. Oh, another Woolala as well. Hold on. I can't read everything. Actually, you know what? I'll do it in a minute, because otherwise I'm going to miss the start of my race, or of my run. Because, you know, we've already been Woolala distracto from one. I might have had time. We're going to play it safe. I want to do my run. Here we go. Gremlin, best of luck to you as we unleash the AMC onto this course. We're going to have... It is fairly well stuck to the road, which is nice in places. It is quite understeery, which kind of works in its favour, works in my favour as well. And there's probably a lot to do with the balance of it. The tyre sizes are vastly different between front and rear, and that will create... that bit of understeer oil have the car tends to understeer rather than oversteer, which does work for me. I can chuck it around, but I think that's actually going to be slow doing that. I think I wasted too much time spinning my wheels in the sand. We exited the car park, lovely. That's about the right amount of sliding. The entrance was the wrong amount of sliding. The exit, that's the ticket. But, you know, there we go. We are actually, it's not bad around here. It is a bit smaller vehicle, which does help. I mean, we saw the Mini, despite being an uncontrollable mess most of the time. The Mini did take the technical sections quite well, just because of its teeny tiny vehicle size. You know what I mean? I'm not making much sense. I don't normally, but I think I'm making less than normal. Here we go, on the beach. Let's get this exit as, well, hopefully as straight line as possible. Not really gone how I wanted it to. Never mind. We'll bump our way up there, but we haven't run too wide, so yeah, that's okay. Now into the Sandy Snake. We fire the car. Yeah, the change direction there's not great. And that's where the slight lack of overall grip really will probably cost us some time. Now, can we, if we can not get really unhappy on the landing, that'd be great. It does not like, I think it's because we're jumping quite far and we're actually landing on the tarmac. It gets grumpy at us. Ooh, that's more like it. That's a good time. That is a good time. That was definitely into the 58. That was a 58.120. Ooh, that's fast. That has beaten the Escort RS. In fact, that is, well, 0.04 of a second slower than a 250 LM. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for the Gremlin. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that. I might even be able to... 57's really pushing it. Before we do start the next run, Full House, thank you for the donation, saying, hey Apex, I presume that was a typo, it's supposed to be Alex. Apex is okay, don't mind. Yeah. I got a PSVR for Christmas. I've been thinking of you while playing Borderlands 2 VR. I also fixed your donation bar again. Ah, the Cult of 69 has returned. There would always be somebody. There is always somebody ready and waiting. Yeah, I am very jealous of the PlayStation getting Borderlands 2 VR. I hope that comes to PC. I really don't want to buy a PSVR just for Borderlands 2 when the Vive does everything, you know, better. But that is the one game that I'm very, very jealous of you having on the PlayStation. I really hope it does come to PC at some point. I'm a massive Borderlands fan. It would probably be, outside of possibly Tomb Raider, it would be my favourite game series when we're not talking about racing stuff. So yeah, I am very jealous. I am very jealous indeed. Tetrax, or Tetrarax, thank you for the subscription for the second month. A broadcast salute to you. And Nareths, thank you very much for the donation, saying Happy New Year, y'all. Also, it's impressive how AMC managed to get just 150 horsepower out of a 5-litre V8. Yeah, that's those good old American fuel restrictions that they had. Yeah, that's pitiful amounts of power out of a very big engine. Considering how much horsepower the Japanese gets out of like 2-litre engines, it is quite a pitiful matter. It's all to fit in with the laws and whatnot that came out that basically killed the muscle cars, but it's still funny. Either way, it is still funny regardless of what the rules and regulations were at the time. Now we will feed our way through here. Also, I say again, another small clue. I say small clue. My budget car would have more horsepower than the Gremlin by that's about a decent amount. It's certainly not got as much horsepower as the Gremlin I have here, but it does beat the 150 horsepower standard Gremlin. So, you know, well, it did win you. I don't know. I don't know how many it's got left now. It's something that we will find out at some point. I do want to put it on a dyno. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing. I can't imagine it's got all of them still. If it does, it would be bloody amazing the amount of marks done. So, there we go. This run has been, like, just been thinking about other things this run, and I've been kind of driving on autopilot, and it seems to have gone fairly well. It seems to have gone fairly well so far. Oh, that's not so good. That's cost us some time. There, let's just run it. Okay, run it wide through. Yeah, we can't. So the Bugatti was doing that line at 90, and this was at like 72 and having a little bit of a panic. It's all gone a bit wrong down here. It has all gone quite badly wrong. Although the Sandy Snake has gone very nicely for the Gremlin. Oh, try and use the banking to hit the back of the car and get the back end turned without needing to use the handbrake or something. Is quite a valid tactic. It jumps really well across there. It gets decent height and distance. Doesn't really like the landing. And there we go. Runs to the finish line. I didn't see what the time was. Bloody hell. What? What the heck? Okay, apparently if I pay no attention and think the run's gone terribly, we do a 1:56.8. What? I don't no, not computing that one. I don't get how that one works. It's very quick, but I don't really know how. It's nowhere near, again, 56.8 is a very good time, and it gets alarmingly close to the Mustang Boss. It will go into a third place. It disposes the Mercedes 190e. Yeah, apparently me paying no bloody attention is the way to go. Who knew? AMC Gremlin. There we go. Yeah, it's a tenth and a bit down on on the Mustang Boss. We are nearly 3 seconds down on the Bugatti. We are still nearly 3 seconds down on the Bugatti, but we don't really count that one all that much for a lot of this. Yeah, Christ. I don't even know where I made that time up, because it didn't even feel like a good run. I'm not going to complain. Gremlin's bloody fast. The Gremlin is very, very fast indeed. Yeah, Gniska, your little Gremlin is a hell of a machine. The little Gremlin is a hell of a car, it turns out. There we go. It wasn't looking like it for a while, but came good at the end. What have we got next? I think it is the time for a... Where is it? BMW M1. Oh, we got a couple of frame drops. I apologise about that. Oh, we've got a couple of roll car salutes to do. I think we might have time. I've hit a wall. Don't mind me. I think, unfortunately, I might only have time for a couple more. I think, regardless of the time, I think my head is going to last for a couple more, and then that will be that. Right, let's go for a Gremlin roll car salute. Oh, that's not worked. It's a roll. It has rolled. That was one of the roll car salutes we needed to do. We'll do another one. We'll go build another car up and see if that one there wants to roll more than the Gremlin, because the Gremlin doesn't really like rolling either. Right, let's just scroll up a second. Ginger Stig, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 6th month. You now have the Sideways FailRace sub badge. There was no message, but thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. Right, let's go, and I don't know if I have a BMW one. Let's go and have a look. Chris saying, I know you were drinking, but what did you actually drink? I personally like gin and vodka. Whiskey is quite good as well. I had... Oh, okay, that's the new one. Never mind, it looks like a slightly dopey fish when you're scrolling through quickly. When you look at it, it still looks quite dope. Never mind. I had some cider. I had some... God, what was it? Bulmers. One of the fruit Bulmers. I can't remember what one it was. And I had quite a lot of sours. Apple sours and sours... doing sour shots and... sours with a lemonade is very good. Also had a Jaeger bomb, which normally ends badly. That's one of those that just... normally when you throw up, it's because of one of them. Normally that's to blame for bad things happening. I'm fine. Bar a small headache. But yeah, normally a few of them, and then you're in trouble. But I like them. A lot of people don't like them at all, but will just do them for the challenge almost. I actually quite like them. There it is. It is 81 on here. Never mind, I found it. Oh, do we have any... Do we have a pro car livery? Yes, we do. Oh, that's a terrible pro car livery. That's the better pro car livery. That's the one we're talking about. Let's go and get the... let's go and get the... I think that's the right livery. It's close. Closer to the other one, anyway. That rebel off a leash. Saying, morning, Alex, at least for me. Rough morning. Yeah, you are not alone. You are not alone, my friend. Although, again, I'm not really doing all that bad. I've just got an annoying headache. I'm sure there are a fair few people in chat not doing as well. But there we go. Don't know why I went to that mode. Anyway, let's go and have a look at modifying our BMW. So, the Mercedes came along, nicked a podium position away from an M3 not so long ago. Now it's going to be... BMW are going to get 2 tries at fighting back. We are going to have the turn of the M1. And then we are going to have the turn of a different M3. Ooh, there's a lot of engine options for this if we wanted to go down that route. I don't know if we will need to. I'd be tempted to put the BMW V10 in it rather than the Lamborghini one. Just for, you know, because I can. But I don't know whether we're going to need to or not. Standard engine is pretty good. Might not get to top of S1 class, though. How big are our tyres going to be, then? Of course, rally tyres will be needed. 265s at the front. It's pretty good. 325s at the rear. I'm liking this. They're not Bugatti sized, but that's pretty good. Okay, the M1 might stand half a chance here. Certainly might stand half a chance. I mean, I'm almost not counting it fighting against the Bugatti. I'm thinking it stands a good chance of going up against the Mustang. It's pretty light, but it will be when we're done with it. Big tyres, good power, hopefully. Maybe a V10 of some noise. And there we go. Roll cage. Dump the weight out. And then... what do we reckon? I might do it with a standard engine, actually. If I get a turbo on it, because the PI is actually shooting up. I think because the car's quite light. So we might just be able to do that. We will have to go twin turbo. What a shame, eh? What a shame. We have to put some turbos on our BMW. Such a tough life. Okay. Sometimes it sometimes removes some of the bits. Don't worry about it. I'm just being a muppet as per normal. Come on, turbos. Ah, you're not going to get to the top of your class, are you? Now, we did have a rule. We did have a rule where I kept the standard engine that we could get within 10 of the top of its class, which this technically does. It will be maybe a couple of PI down. There's nothing more I can shove on the car, I don't think. Gearbox I can put on, but I have no reason to. Wait, hold on. Does that... Oh no, it does actually now make it better. It used to ruin it, but apparently with all the engine parts, it's now fine. That's on. That's on. Yeah. It's looking pretty. It's looking pretty solid. It's a little bit less powerful than a few cars, but I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of grip. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of grip. Blakey asking, was the rare Group 5 M1 not turbocharged? The Group 5, I always call them DRM, but I don't know where it was called DRM. It was the first mod I ever saw the cars on was a DRM mod for R-Factor. Yes, the Pro car converted to running Group 5 to run as a DRM car was I'm pretty sure turbocharged, because they back in the day where there were very little rules in the high up classes of racing, everything was insane, and yeah, they had massive turbos and put out way too much power, made incredible noises, and yeah, the DRM car would have been probably would have been single turbo, not twin turbo. I would expect. I don't think they were running twin turbos. I think most of the things in that were run. Because I mean, that would go up against the Zaxby's 3, would go up against one of the Porsches. I can't remember which one because there's a lot of there's a lot of different numbers on Porsches that are attached with that stuff. The Lancia, was Lancia Beta? They had one of those that didn't run very long, but they had one of those in it, and so on. So yeah, I think they're all just big turbocharged monsters. With probably not. Don't know what's going on with the paints. Apparently, random paint. You know what? It's doing a thing. Right. It's rare. I say it's rare. In our builds series, it's not as rare as you think, but 590 horsepower, quite low. We've got going on here. It might though be able to handle well enough. The time we are looking for is, well, we're looking for a 154.1. That's the record set by the EB110, but we're really not going to be fighting that, I don't think. A 156.7, that's our second place car. That's the Mustang Boss that possibly the M1 can beat. It will be close, I think. It will be close. I think this will have grip, but struggle acceleration-wise. Place your bets, people of chat. What do you reckon you are going to see from this car? What do we reckon its speed is going to be like? Didn't really actually learn all that much on the drive over here about the car. Managed to do it with minimal information gathered, so I don't really know if it's got enough grip. We will see. Fox Assassin reckoning a 57.3, Speed Beast a 57.5, Gordon Fan reckoning a 59.2 on the first run, but potential for a 56, 57.5 from SJR. So we're reckoning a lot of reckonings of mid 57s. I reckon it might be a smidge faster, but it will all come down to just how much grip this thing has got. If it handles well enough, if it handles like the 190E, we might be in business. If it doesn't, we'll probably be struggling. Oh, I say we'll be struggling. It's not going to have the acceleration to get away with being not great handling. It has to be good handling, basically. So far, I like the way it drives. Very, very difficult to tell if it's actually going quickly or not. This is a strange course. For those of you that have driven it, it is shared. Oh, my computer's binged at me. I don't know why, but thank you, computer, for that. I'm not sure what binged or why. Oh, it's apparently some USB thing had an issue. I don't know what. I've not moved a single thing on my desk. Why anything disconnected? Never mind. We don't worry about. I'm going for the distracto driving technique again. The one, don't pay attention to what you're doing in the slightest and apparently go very fast. There we go. That's actually quite a nice corner. If the fence wasn't there, that was quite a nice line. How are we acceleration-wise, BMW? What are you capable of? Oh, that's not too much speed. It's not the worst we've seen. It's not the worst we've seen, but it is, again, it was always likely to struggle a little bit for top speed. It is, oh, that's quite a lot of understeer, although we are nice and straight, leaving the beach. Again, not as fast up there as I would have liked for that line, but, you know, is what it is. Let's now focus on fitting the car through the little narrow sections. Yeah, it seems pretty good there. Oh no, Ford! Why would you do this? You're not supposed to be fighting the BMWs. Oh, you're trying. They're trying to stop. They know the BMW's threatening the Mustang for speed, so the Focus just wanted a bit. It didn't actually cost us anything in that. Oh, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be a good first run. It is gonna be a good first run. That it is a 57.4, and I think there is room for improvement as well. Okay. Okay, a little bit of Ford shenanigans, just a little bit of Ford shenanigans. It doesn't beat, well, it doesn't beat the 190 or anything, but for a first run, it is pretty. It's actually the 57.4s are a really bloody busy area. So hold on, what is it? I'm just gonna write this down, otherwise I'll forget them. 57.436. There we go. It beats the KTM Crossbow. It beats the GT4 Crossbow. Loses to the VX220. So... Okay. Okay. There's some more speed, I think, to come. Lilith, thank you for the bits, saying, does the EB110 still get air? Like your speed challenge on Horizon 2? Probably, but not, well, not around the beach rally stage. With the beach rally stage, you don't go above about 100, well, at best 120, but not many cars can do that. I don't know if I didn't actually pay any attention if it got the Veyron engine swap. It might do, and then if you hit anything, because that thing is so unbelievably fast, you probably will go flying with it. It jumped nicely. It jumped nicely enough. Maybe the the training from Horizon 2 meant that we were able to do the finish line jump quite nicely. Because yeah, that thing would fly. I mean, it was just that it would do near 300 miles an hour everywhere, and that, well, funnily enough, makes vehicles fly. I'm sure to kind of shuffle the car. It's very difficult to shuffle a car forward when you've got manual clutch on, because they just jump forward. Right. Here we go. Attempt 2. Can the M1 get faster than the Mustang? That's what I've got. Lilith, thank you for the bit saying it does get the W60. Cool. Yeah, that'd probably be immensely fast. Quite uncontrollable, but there we go. Right, BMW. We will unleash the supercar, classic supercar, on our rally stage. This is what you need. You don't need actual rally cars. You don't need actual rally cars to run down here. What you need are classic super and hypercars. You know, we've got BMW's first attempt at a supercar, and Bugatti's, well, going for a fastest production car vehicle. That's what you want. 190 works quite well. Mustang Boss works quite well, as does the Gremlin. Yeah, who needs proper rally cars when you can have these sort of things? That is basically the FailRace motto in a nutshell. So, here we go. I'm not sure about the start of this run. It's been a little bit of a funky run so far. It's one of those that I guess it could have been fast. It doesn't really feel it, but you know, not really one to judge that anymore. Just giving up. Just no point around here because it's always wrong, almost. Oh no, tell a lie. The Bugatti felt fast through the corners, but I thought we were going to lose too much. Oh, that's all massively wrong there. I just don't know why I was braking as if it was a really fast car, really fast straight line speed car, rather than if it was a handling car. I don't really know why. Come on, BMW. That's something up there at least. Oh, yeah, we've not got the power. We've not got the power to accelerate it up that hill like we have seen from some cars. We've really thrown it down the Sandy Snake this time around. If this does go faster, it's not going to be by very much. I don't think it's going to be perfect. Certainly not perfect this run. Here we go towards the finish jump. It is a big leap from the M1. Runs towards the line. Oh, it is actually going to be... No, it's going to be very similar, actually, that one. I was going to say, for a second I thought it was going to be better. No, it's actually going to be pretty similar. Pretty similar. It is a fraction faster. It's actually now gone and set an identical time to the VX220. Could we really have gone through this entire series, you know, all the YouTube videos, not a single tie, not even cars that were all, well, somewhat close, but we've got 2 current tie for positions. Because that is the identical time that the VX220 set. I think there is a bit more speed. I think there might be a 56 in this. It's going to be difficult to get it, though. Basically, if I want a 56, it's got to be spot on. It's got to be perfect. And funnily enough, perfection is a difficult thing for me. Doesn't happen very often. Doesn't happen very often. But there we go. Just going to do a little bit of a celebratory... I don't know why I'm doing celebratory. I guess... I just won the title. I don't actually know. I've been meaning to at some point do an investigation on does tyre temperature actually make a difference on Horizon. I know it does on Forza 7, but I don't actually know if it does a damn thing on this game. It might do, but that's why I want to do an investigation. And if it does, how much of a difference does it make? So yeah, I don't know if me sat farting around with the car, warming the tyres up, is any good, especially not considering we're going to be on sand. I don't know. Basically. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. We're going to have sat here for too long and lost all. I've not done it with the other cars, so I'm, you know, not going to with this. This is it. The final do or die run with the BMW. Can we go faster? Can we make it into the 56s? We actually got a bit of a funny launch there. It bogged down, but it also then didn't spin the wheels like a lunatic as it dove onto the sand, so it might not actually be all that bad for it. We will have to wait and see what happens from the end of the run. We're going to get... Again, we're going to spin the wheels a little bit, trying to put the power down, of course. Even all-wheel drive is thick sand. We've got nearly 600 horsepower going on in this car, so, you know, it is going to want to slide about a bit. Okay, fairly happy with that first section. Did a little bit of a stupid thing there, going up on two wheels unnecessarily. It doesn't really cost us time, but you just sort of unsettle the car a little bit. You might not quite get it in the perfect position for the next corner almost. It's not the worst place to go on two wheels. That was actually a very, very good transition there. It's probably one of the best I've got a car down that section without clonking, you know, hit no fences, lost no speed doing that. This is so far going very nicely through this midfield section. We'll hit that fence. That fence is really annoying the way that fence. I'd much rather it was a solid line rather than the way it cuts back in. It makes it very narrow in that section. Here we go, 104 miles an hour from the car. It's a little wide, a little late. Just carrying more speed everywhere. Just about this run. So we are now going faster in different corners. So we're wide there, but the hope is we can now straighten it up for this run up the hill, which might be a good idea for the M1 that is struggling a little bit for speed. Didn't really want first gear there. Never mind. Didn't notice what gear I was in particularly. Oh no! I've driven it in way too hard there. No. God damn it, it was going really well, and I was trying to emulate what I did last run around, and that went a little wrong in the Sandy Snake. We might be able to now salvage something. I think it's probably gone though from this. Here we go, run towards the line. It went. If it was going to be faster, it probably wasn't going to be by that much. Probably going to be a couple of tenths. Just threw it in too fast down the Sandy Snake, trying to make up some speed. Hydrate bot. We must do the hydration bit. There we go. Appease the bot. Little unfortunate. I say little unfortunate. There wasn't that much more speed than that one. Yeah. It's a very good car. I think just not quite overall got the speed. It's not got the acceleration or the grip, but it is nice to drive at least. That is something. As I said, finish position-wise ties with the VX220 at a 57.419. That is a joint 7th place. It loses out to the Oldsmobile, loses out to the M3 and the 190E. Does though beat the Crossbow, the Manx, the 250LM, the Escort RS. So there we go. That is the M1 completed. Blakey saying, have you heard about Project Cars 3 could be more of a spiritual successor to the Shift series, but still sim and more fun than Project Cars apparently? No, I have not heard any of that. I have not heard any of that. So, well, the Shift games were interesting, but never all that great. Better on wheel, but yeah, I mean, if done right, could be fun. And could well give some much-needed competition to Forza in that, if it goes down the kind of career modifying route. Hey, that was a roll car salute to Ginger Stig. Works quite nicely with the M1. Yeah, could be interesting if done well. If they could get the handling physics right, then yeah, they could have an interesting game on their hands. I have to wait and see. I've not heard very much about. I know they were working on something, but I haven't heard very much about it at all. So yeah, I'll definitely give it a try, whatever it is. I've enjoyed the Project Cars game a lot. I know not everybody does, but yeah, I've really enjoyed the Project Cars games. But I do play with a wheel on PC with them, so I generally have less problems than everybody else. Right, our final car. I'm sorry, I would love to keep doing this all day, but I do have to go, and my head's hurting a bit. So yeah, I will staring at a brightly lit screen in a dark office is probably not helping all that much. Our final car for today is the BMW M3. The Beast returns. Sorry, my brain was trying to figure out how to break that word up into words. Thank you very much for the subscription. A rolled car. Salute to you from chat. Hopefully this is less rusty than a certain car throttle version. Let's go and see what we can do with this. It will have a wide body kit, which is good news. Just because wide tyres. Wide tyres are generally good news. We will have all-wheel drive. We will come back to engine later because I don't know what the hell we're going to be doing with it. We will have a mighty wing up there. Glisco, I thought they were both the same. Are they not the same cars? Oh no, never mind. Sorry, Gliska. Seeing as we have done with your cars, I've started building this now. I forgot because there's numbers and stuff. Why? There's too many cars with very, very similar numbers. I'll stick a bunch of cars on a list for next time. Yeah, there's so many trying to get through all of them. We've got rally tyres on this. We have got actually big tyres. Yeah, sorry, I thought it was this one, but 275s on the front are actually, that's pretty good news. 305s at the rear is pretty good. We have got fairly let's say fairly lightweight actually. Not as light as I'd like it to be. It's not going to be lighter than the M1. I want the roll cage for the chassis rigidity stuffs. Yeah, that's not as light as I'd like it to be. What do we want to do engine-wise? Does this standard engine get enough power? This might actually be a little bit underpowered. Just looking at possibly PI, we might get a BMW V10 in it. That could be fun. Nope, come on. I'm trying to work faster than the Forza menus want me to work. Might not need it though, if the turbo's any good. Turbo? It's going to be really similar bloody situation as it is. It'll be a very similar situation in some ways to the what's-it-called M1. We will probably get that to the top of the class. Cool. £2,900. So it's a little bit heavier, and I might be able to sneak all of this on, which is good. Clutch. We're going to have another one that's 1 PI away. Not allowed to change the wheels. Wheels on all of my cars are left standard. So we can't do that. There's not any aero bits because it's got the wide body kit on it. Yeah, it's going to be 1 PI short. It's going to be 1 PI short, but there we go. It is what it is. Right. I think it might be a little... I think power to weight ratio might be a little bit too small. However, might have enough grip to make up some time elsewhere. We will have to wait and see. Dust Winter asking, what would you suggest for danger signs, acceleration or lightweight? For danger signs, I have the ideal car. It is... Hold on, let's go find it. I'll briefly just put it up here. For danger signs, you want yourself one of these, put in the hybrid engine, and then you're set. Basically. You just want an awful lot of power in a high ride height all-wheel drive machine. The high ride height for some of the more bumpy, awkward to get to danger signs, and the 959 Rally Raid car is basically perfect. It accelerates like mad, can deal with the worst terrain for the off-road bits, and yeah, that's basically the best car I think I've got. The 959 will be probably the best overall PR stunt vehicle because it is so fast with that engine put in it. Its top speed's insane. You can drift it around because it's got so much power if you have to do a drift zone. And yeah, for long jumps, that car is the best I have. It is the best I have. There might be better ones out there, but yeah, for what I have played around with, that works a treat. If you don't have the DLC, generally an all-wheel drive swapped supercar is kind of sadly the way to go for a lot of them. Well, you might have some issues with the bumps. But yeah, a lot of power in something all-wheel drive with a good amount of ground clearance. The Trailcat, that works as well, because the Trailcat's just a good vehicle in general for S1. Because again, similar story, you get 1,000 horsepower with a lot of ground clearance, so you can bounce your way across stuff. Although its top speed is a little limited, so for some of the tarmac ones, the Trailcat's not quite as good. But yeah, really, 959, the way to go. Right, BMW. Let us begin. Let us get ready to run through this course. Chat, as ever, place your bets. What do we reckon? I'm reckoning 57.8 is what I'm going to go for. The Gordon fans went for a 57.9. Yeah. So fairly similar on the old guessing. I think this is going to be good enough handling to be okay, but it won't be spectacular because I don't think it's got enough power. Slash is too heavy. So, yeah. It's actually got pretty good change of direction. Just prattling around with it as it's as it sets off. Yeah, it's not got terrible change of direction. Norwegian fans would say this is a jack of all trades, so mid-table, yeah, pretty much. With these, as much as it should probably be very good for an overall event, but for specialist stuff, yeah, might not work. Although, again, I've built cars that I thought were going to be like that, and have ended up actually working really well at specialist stuff. Sometimes you never know. sometimes cars surprise you. This one spits. Oh, well, it did. You're going to be disappointing now. I was just going to say you spit loads of fire, and now you're just refusing to spit fire. Come on, BMW, don't let me down now. This is why we didn't get a BMW for the cheap car challenge. That's not the reason, just because I didn't want to be boring. Right, oh, that's actually... Did I even get that? That was very close. Christ, I think our wing got through it. Just. Sometimes the game is a little... Ooh, this does change direction nicely. This does change direction very nicely, actually. I am... Okay, I'm pleased about that. That gives me some confidence. We might lack acceleration. Although I don't know. It seems okay so far. For it's again, once we get past, we don't get past 120 here. Nothing ever does. When we talk about acceleration, of course, it's got oh, that's terrible through there. We've got to propel the car through thick sand, and the thick sand will slow vehicles down. It's more difficult to accelerate through here, so that's why high-powered cars work very well. So I'm surprised at the Bugattis as far as it is, because that is actually one of the less powerful cars we've had run around. It's a lot less power than this thing did. But it was terribly slow accelerating, however, outturned everything. This is not doing too bad. That's 105 miles an hour before we got on the brakes. A little bit, yeah, this is kind of a learning run. The first run often is... Sometimes you get your learning run spot on, but often it is a case of go a bit exploring and see where your limits are with this. We should be good through the Sandy Snake, I think. We should be good down here. I would hope. Judging from the turn-in we got earlier on, I would expect it to be pretty good through there, which it is, which I like. Are we going to have... No, they're going to be too far away. No German interference on our run to the... Oh, that's a bad flight from the BMW. Oh, that's not going to have helped its case. If the Snake was good, that wasn't. Ooh. Okay, I don't know why that flew with its nose up in the air. No idea. So 158.9, which isn't too shabby. It beats... What does that beat? It beats the Mini. I mean, I'd hope so, to be honest. 58.921, but we definitely lost well over half a second fighting with that, wiggling around in the air and trying to get it pointing in the right direction. That did not like the jump. I hope that was a one-off. I hope it's not always doing that, because that won't be fun to have to deal with. That's outside of the peel. No, the Gremlin didn't like the jump either. Outside of the peel of the Gremlin, this is the third worst car for dealing with the jump. Third worst car of the day, dealing with a jump. Red Sega took the rocket bunny aim a bit too literally. Yeah. I mean, any rocket-assisted wildlife will probably have issues flying. I can't imagine rocket-assisted country life is particularly aerodynamic. I mean, with a rocket it's powerful, but not aerodynamic, really. Oh. Well, can we do a 57? That's the question. We might be able to do it, actually. I think if we can get a clean run, because I was a bit wonky in a few places on that, and of course we lost a lot on the landing of the jump. I think a 57 is doable. I don't think it's going to go and take the position away from the 190E. I think that 190E is fairly safe in its current position, but could be wrong. We thought it was from the Gremlin, and that turned out very, very different. Let's see if we can have a good run with our BMW here. We're trying to be not as greedy. I mean, I want to be some greedy on that checkpoint, of course. Not as greedy as I was the first time around, though, because that was asking for, well, I say disqualification. That was asking for a missed checkpoint, basically. That's maybe a little too much sideways. We lost a bit too much time there. So we're a bit too sideways through one part, so I'll try to calm it down a little bit for these next two. See if we can just try and be that little bit smoother. Yeah, the trick is to have the back end moving enough to turn it, but not enough to actually be oversteering almost. It's, again, drive around this course a few times, you'll figure out what I mean by that, I hope. I don't know if I can explain it much better. This is actually liking this run. I'm liking this run so far in terms of positioning of the car. I'm not sure whether it's going fast or not, but it's fun to drive, which I guess is a small victory in itself. Oh, slides your way up there. Oh, that's gone very wide. Okay, the first part was great. The middle part's been a bit crashy and a bit wonky. Pinged ourselves through some barriers. Let's get our slow. Yeah, so we can top 100 miles an hour there, but it isn't much more than that. Right, running wide. Now try and pull. Oh, I pulled it back a bit too soon. That's not clever. Oh no, there's going to be interference. Who is interfering? Is it a Ford? Is it an Audi? Looks like Audi interference. Again, the German-friendly fire going on here is not great. What are you? All right, you are a Ford. Your Ford's out of the way. Never mind. Very surprisingly, the modern Mustang and TT from distance have both got quite sort of rounded back, so they look quite similar. Ford trying to make sure the Mustang Boss stays in its position for now. I don't think this is going to threaten it though. Ooh, I lie. I did lie. It does threaten the Mustang Boss. Not enough to beat it. Not enough to beat it. We found a heap of time. I don't really know where, because it was scruffy in a lot of places. 156.835. It still doesn't beat the Mustang Boss, but it does beat the Gremlin. It beats the 190E. There we go. There we go. We have another new car on the podium. A different BMW M3 has put itself back into the third spot. Can we beat the Mustang? I can't believe that despite the fact we've had a change of leader, it's still really fighting the Mustangs, the one we're after. Basically, this entire stream has been, can it beat the Mustang? Yes, the Bugatti can, nothing else, but they've got close. They've got close, bar appeal, that's kind of just suffering to drive. You don't want to be suffering with appeal, particularly. Right, let's pop that back up. There we go. So it's a high-pressure run for the final one, but they always are. Can't afford to make any mistakes here with these cars. We're looking for a 10th and a little bit to beat the Mustang Boss. Again, a perfect run, this can do it. A perfect run and this can do it, but trying to get a perfect run down this course is not easy. Hell, I don't know how, if we get a perfect run with the Mustang, what that can do with the Bugatti. Everything has a perfect run that's faster than what it's got, but How close can you get to perfect within your allowed runs? That's actually pretty good through the first section. I'm liking that. You're kind of trying to... We're not... Well, shortcutting. You're making the most of the checkpoints as and where you can. I'm liking the M3 more than I thought I would. I am liking this M3 more than I thought I would. Again, the EV110 is just so immensely fast that almost everything else... Nothing else handles well enough to even remotely compare to that Bugatti. So everything feels sluggish when you compare it to that car. It's kind of broken. In some ways, I'm glad I didn't ever run the Bugatti in the series, because it would kind of break the series almost entirely, because that thing has been so immensely fast. Oh, come on. Come on, BMW. There we go. That's fine. Little clip on the fence is not a disaster. Big clip on the fence. Cost you a little bit of time. We're actually a little wonky through that part. Got away with it. Fired it back out onto the straight with a decent... Actually, I say that. I got 106 miles an hour. I think it's the fastest we got it. So we recovered that one all quite nicely. It's here where I'm, umming and ahhing as to what is going to be my best approach. I'm going for that almost straight line it up this part of the course, which we have done quite nicely. There we go. Now, Sandy Snake, this is where the BMW really shines. This part here, this is where the M3 is at its very best, and that was good. That was absolutely what I wanted from the BMW. We are actually got so much speed out of the hairpin. It was struggling to find some grip. Don't let us down on the jump, because this feels pretty good. This feels pretty good. I think this is about as good as I'm going to get the M3 at least. Here we go. Run to the line. Oh, it's going to do it. That's good. That is so fast through the Sandy Snake. We have another car beaten the Mustang boss. It took us the whole stream to find another one that could do it. That's basically what I wanted from the car. I don't think I could... Again, I couldn't probably ask much more of that vehicle. That is... That is a good sign. The Mustang boss has now fallen to 2 vehicles. I mean, that is still 2 seconds down on our leader. To put that into perspective, that is 2 seconds down on the EB110. That is a damn good car. That is a damn good car, mostly for its grip in that later part of the lap, I think, is where it does it. The later part of the lap is where that car comes good. Oh, it's the twisties. And the Sandy Snake, it was exquisite down on that particular run. 2 seconds down on our leader, though. Oh, dear. Well, we have a new top 2. The Mustang clings onto the podium in 3rd for now. It is the EB110 leading the BMW, the 97 BMW M3. The Mustang boss in 3rd, ahead of the Gremlin Mercedes 190e, 2008 M3, the Oldsmobile, the VX220, BMW M1, and KTM Crossbow, the GT4 car, round out the top 10. That is... yeah, that is... I'm liking... I've enjoyed this. This has been good fun. Long by saying, do you think perhaps the cars that ran later benefited from practicing the course for over 2 hours? Truth be told, I think the first couple of cars, a little bit of disadvantage. They hadn't run the course in months. I ran this course a hell of a lot when I was doing it as a series. So yeah, I mean, 2 hours of running the course would put me back to... probably after about the first 3 cars, I would think I was probably about back to where I was. So yeah, a little bit unlucky with the first cars. I say a little bit unlucky. If I'd run the Bugatti first, it would still have won. I have absolutely no doubt. It might not quite be as impressive for a time, but I have absolutely no doubt that was way faster than anything else we've ever seen here. Yeah, it has been interesting. It has been interesting. I mean, the M1, the M1 was decent, but I don't think any amount of practice I'm ever going to be getting that much faster than that, certainly in comparison with stuff. But yeah, I've very much enjoyed. I've enjoyed coming back to the beach rally stage. It's a great fun course to throw cars through. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We will definitely come back to this at some point, I think. I am not sure quite when we might head back to the beach, but yeah, the beach is good fun, and I think it kind of works quite well for streams, for sort of stream format. So yeah, we will see if we can ever find anything to beat the Bugatti. I genuinely am quite bemused as to what might do it, but that could be a fun thing to try and find out. Yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. A massive thank you to those of you who donated and to those of you who subscribed. I apologise if I haven't been able to get round to your car. It does take, quite a while doing these, and I try my best, but the headache's got the better of me now. Also, it's actually got quite late anyway, so yeah, we will be back. We will be back with some more of this, I think, at some point. Tomorrow we are streaming, of course. We are back on RimWorld. Starts at 7 PM. The epic adventures of our colony, our massive zoo, basically, will continue tomorrow. I hope you guys. I know it's not a racing game, but it is very, very good fun. I hope you guys can tune in for that. Yeah, I will see you all then. Thank you all for watching, and of course, a Happy New Year to all of you, wherever you may be in the world. Until next time, a goodbye.